War is coming to Kryn.
We left off with you guys getting wounded into the wagon along with Dragonlance, and Cudgel's kind of shaking him a little bit, really perturbed. You can tell that her and Becklin and Raven were all in combat. You're not sure how though, because they were off on the sidelines with the rest of the villagers, and you were heading towards Vogler. Is there anything you guys would like to do on the way?
Me and him are in the cart.
There may not be a room for you guys in the cart. Use some big boys and it's filled with wounded.
But would we put the wounded with the dude we're trying to...
I mean, the dude's bound, gagged, and his legs are essentially shot together. And not to mention, you could probably knock him out.
That's what I'm saying, but then someone decides to get lost. Because they're pretty pissed off, You
just gotta check on Cudgel. I'm going to say there's not enough room for you guys to ride the car.
So I'm going to walk next to the cart then.
Okay. Where are you guys at in marching order?
I'll be walking close behind it.
Yeah, behind, helping the walking wounded back.
Yeah, you're going to wake up the others, right?
Yep. Yeah, as soon as we hit in town, I was going to go wake them up. But I think I'll let them sleep.
You know you're going to go wake them up, and they're going to be missing, right?
Where did the map go? One second. I'm sorry. The map I had went AWOL.
All good.
So you guys are on the road back in that marching order. Is there anything you guys would like to do in transit? It's not going to be as quick as it was getting up to High Hill. Instead of taking about 30 minutes, it might take you guys, depending on how you're moving, about an hour.
You said I noticed something in his hand when I was trying to pilfer his body. Can I try to...
I don't... Whose?
Because remember I tried to rob his body?
Yeah, but you got like a 4 on that roll, didn't you?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But you said I know something in his hand. Can I try to see if I can see what it is? Or something?
I don't remember, to be entirely honest.
Okay. You don't remember what it was?
No.
Of course.
I'm sorry.
Must not have been important.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
It was probably just flavor.
It more likely was.
Yeah.
And if you want to investigate him, you can investigate him.
I'm gonna I'll invest, because did we see any markings on him? I don't remember if anyone checked. Like anything that could allude to why, or like who he worshipped. So
You can investigate.
I'll investigate to see if I see any like markings or anything I might know.
Is anybody helping you, or are you just saying it's
I will assist.
Okay.
If he's looking at religious stuff. Trying to see who he's following.
Yeah.
Are you specifically looking for religious items, or are you looking...
just anything that could identify like who he is, who he's associated with, what's going on.
Roll investigation with advantage. Based off your backstory.
17 plus 2 at 19.
Okay, so you immediately recognize a symbol emblazed on a note inside a little pouch on his hip. It's the same symbol that you saw while you were working before you came to Vogler.
Okay. Can I take the note?
Sure. You want to check inside the bag too, or?
Yeah.
Okay. You find 250 gold pieces inside the bag.
Woo! I'll give each of them 50.
Okay.
So they fought hard.
50.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And then, are you reading the note, or?
Yes.
Okay, so on the note, it's sealed. It's got a wax seal on it that looks like the same symbol from before. And then as you unfurl it, you see on the letter that says, fuck, I gotta find the guy's name real quick. Was I on the right page?
DVH 58, 150.
I'm sorry, guys.
You're good. It happens.
Yeah. Okay. So on it, you see instructions. It says Garganus, comma, follow these orders. When during the reenactment, you will assault and wipe out the Vogler militia and proceed to take the town. Once this is done, we will meet you in Vogler, and then it's signed. It's signed by Belafean, the voice of Takesis, and then underneath it says, "This is the Dragon Queen's will."
Okay. So I'm gonna call these guys over, have them come take a look at it if they want.
Yes. He's helping the walking wounded, but he's part of the.
No part of it.
He's part of the walking wounded. Yeah. He's ambulatory.
So I'll bring it back to you.
I appreciate it.
Does this mean anything to you, or?
You immediately recognize the symbol as the symbol of Takesis.
What did it say? What is it? What am I looking at? What is it saying?
Essentially, it was telling Garganus to wipe out the militia at the reenactment and then proceed to take the town of Vogler, and they would meet him in Vogler. And then it is signed Belfain, the voice of Takesis, and then beneath that says, "This is the Dragon Queen's will."
Do you know who the Takesis is?
You would,
Talking about him?
based off your background.
Okay, I would know.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I'd actually know.
No, like all that information I gave you?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
You know that.
It's
I'm
concerning.
gonna walk over to you guys because you guys are conversing. I'm curious.
Stumbling.
What are you?
uh,
What are you guys looking at?
letter pulled out of his pocket.
I recognize his name, right?
Garganus?
Yes.
You recognize him.
Okay, so I
You
don't-
straight up recognize
That's
him.
who he took it
You-
off of.
Yeah.
That's who he's beat up.
Okay,
so.
just so I don't have to.
No,
roll
based
anything.
off of the information I give you, that is what you know.
Okay,
So,
I know this Garganus. I used to work under him many years ago. He's still an asshole.
Merry Christmas.
I thought Garganus was this ogre dude.
He is the half
He is
ogre.
the ogre,
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know him. I used to work for him when I was part of the mercenary group under him.
Did you see him on the battlefield?
I did, but I didn't recognize him till now. It's kind of hard to recognize somebody when you're covered in blood.
That's what happens when I last minute have to do stuff.
But yes, not so nice to see him. I'm glad he's writhing in pain over there.
Seems are maybe wrapped up in something much older than they realize.
Possibly. I mean, he's always looking for coin, and maybe this just pays him well enough. I'm not sure.
It's the way of the world.
It is. I think we'll get more information when we get back to town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should probably keep that secret for a little while until we get your bestie
Bestie.
back somewhere safe.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a nice reunion.
Alright.
Is there anything you want to say to the group?
No,
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
Hey, what's
keep
that
quiet.
in your pocket?
Yeah. Huh? Oh,
Just
that's
something
nice.
random.
Yeah.
However, roll me a d20. Perception check, d20.
Perception's +4. 15.
You feel something moving in your pouch, slightly. Like your bag, something is moving in your bag.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take my pouch, kind of.
Are you doing it subtly away
So,
from the group?
like
or-
stealthily, I'm gonna try to like look in and see
Okay.
what's going on. So,
Um,
stealth check. Or...
You roll perception, right?
Yeah.
Roll investigation for me.
Investigation +2. That's a nat 1.
So you go to open your bag, but your fingers slip, and your bag just falls on the ground and completely off your body.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to pick it up real quick.
You can pick it up, sure. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I got dex, right? That's a 12.
Plus your save.
That's 7 plus 5.
Oh, yeah, you managed to grab it just before it hits the ground.
Okay.
So, as you pick it up, the flap opens up, and you don't notice anything different. The thing you took is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing strange is in your bag.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'm just gonna put it back on then. Maybe I was imagining it.
okay. Are you guys proceeding towards Vogler?
Oh yeah.
That's the way the whole thing is going.
Okay. So on the way to Vogler, you guys get about halfway in. About 30 minutes. Darrett's assisting Calavar with the walking wounded. Becklin seems quiet. Raven, you can see Raven got a very concerned look on her face. She's lost in thought. She hasn't said much to you guys yet. You can tell she's trying to figure out what to do or how to do it, being the leader. And Cudgel jumps into the back of the cart and starts shaking Garganus, screaming, "Why would you do this? What's the reason? Why would they attack me?" She wants information, but Garganus is still gagged and restrained.
Yep. Good. Try to pull her off.
Okay.
And try to not slap, straighten her back out. You know.
So you're gonna grapple
Calm
her?
down. Huh?
You're trying to grapple her?
Yeah.
Get her
Try
off?
to pull her off.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
That's nothing. That's a 3.
Yeah, you go to grab her, and she, in her dwarf strength, shoves you, and you, fly away from the cart. She rolled pretty high.
I'd like to try and grab her.
Okay, yeah. Give me a strength. Give me a test of strength for a grapple.
Holy fucking shit. 7.
So you get her, you kind of restrain her a little bit, but she manages to just kind of break your hold, and she goes back after Garganus. Yeah.
Calavar walks up and just puts his hand on her shoulder and says, there'll be time for that soon. He's not our priority. And Calavar kind of gestures back to all the walking wounded of town.
Roll me a persuasion check. Okay. With advantage, since you know her and she trusts you.
18.
So she's still trying to throttle him a little bit, but then she feels your hand, and her face doesn't get any less angry, any less torrent, which is strange for her. She's typically very surefire, very top-notch on top of it, calm but excited. She's always happy, right? She's Cudgel Iron Smile. She breathes. She kind of shoves him into the bottom of the cart, and you can hear Garganus as he hits back. And she looks at you and she goes, "You're right." And she hops off the cart and begins to help the ambulatory. And she says, "However, I can't drive this cart. If I get back in, I'll make things bloodier back there."
I can drive it.
Okay. And he just hits you to the front, and then the bolt pulls out.
Where's old boy?
Which old boy?
The
Darrett.
He's assisting the walking wounded Calva.
Just turn the fucking things over me.
He's carrying you.
Darrett!
He's like, I told you I'd win this
Take the
duel.
wagon!
Darrett's got Calavar hooked around one shoulder. Calavar's got this walking wounded hooked around one shoulder. It's a chain of injured.
Yep.
And Darrett's just shaking his head like, "Thought I taught you better than this, old man."
Calavar just sticks his foot out.
Really? You want to? You can go for it.
Calavar's already showed him
I think
the compassion he wanted.
Fair enough. Okay.
Can I look back and see Garganus?
Sure.
The thing? Oh, I just want to turn around and tell him you're going to have a nice conversation later.
About Garganus?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to give him a pat on the head.
And he looks at you and he recognizes you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that his face goes to surprise to a scowl real quick.
Sweet.
And you can assume why it would do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you guys like to do anything else in this little brief pause, X?
No, I'll just go straight to the nice secluded room.
So you guys, whoever's driving the cart, roll me a d20 survival check.
For navigation purposes?
Yes, sir. Which gives you advantage if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Where'd he go? 20. Not a natural 20.
Okay, so you keep an eye out the whole way. You don't see anything in the woods as you guys are progressing. You believe you're out of the thick of it for now, and you guys get to the entrance of Vogler.
Mm-hmm.
The people who'd stayed behind and hadn't gone to the Battle of High Hill sees this train of walking wounded, the solemn quietness that's in the group, the concern on Raven's face, and they all panic and rush towards you to assist.
Okay.
So they begin taking care of the wounded, and Raven hops out of the cart, and she sees Bakaris, the younger and the older, walking towards her, but they're far enough away, and you guys are a little distracted by the commotion to not really see what they're saying. And you see a bit of a heated discussion. Bakaris, the younger, storms off. You can assume he threw an insult at her. And Bakaris, the older, gives her this look and then walks into her office and slams the door. And Raven walks back to you guys and says, well, I currently have things to handle with this problem here for a little bit. I recommend you take the prisoner and cudgel to the brass crab and interrogate him as you will. I'll be there soon. I've already talked with Becklin. She and Darrett are going to see to the wounded, and they're going to take what's left of the Vogler back to High Hill and recover the dead. Get the information that we need from this prisoner, but we can't kill him. Don't bring harm to the prisoner. She goes, I owe you all tremendously for helping save my people and preventing them from burning down the town. But for now, I must handle this. I'll join you soon. And, yeah.
Cool.
So before we go...
Oh, could we bring a little bit of harm to him?
She looks at you, and she goes, no harm shall come to him. If we don't know what's out there, if there's more people that are working with him, we need him as leverage. We can't afford to lose it. And if we harm him, we lose leverage.
Oh, turn away.
I'm really pissed.
You don't have to listen to him.
It's just the instructions, my guys. Do what you will.
Before we split off, because is Becklin going with us or?
Becklin is going with Darrett and the rest of the villagers. Well, Becklin's helping with the wounded for now, but she will be following behind you guys with Cudgel after she sends Darrett off.
I want to talk to Becklin, kind of suggest that
one-on-one, or
just without letting on that we found information that there may be more people coming. So
is this based off the conversation you had with her previously when you first met her at the keep?
I mean, I could try to do it make it like it's at, but there may be. Maybe we should work on fortifying the town while we're taking care of this.
So all the information I gave you is what you discovered. You already relayed to her in the previous conversation.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that you're hinting at that.
Yeah, kind of hint that, hey, maybe let some of the other people take care of the wounded and focus on the defense of the town
and
a little more while we take care of the Gargana situation.
How far are you from these two? Are you near them? Are you talking to Becklin with them nearby? Or
Let's go pull her maybe
to the side?
20 feet.
Hush tones?
Yeah.
Okay. So she looks at you and she puts a hand on your shoulder. She goes, I already figured that was coming. Don't worry. I'll be there soon. I won't be long. I'm going to send Darrett to lead the party and I'll be right behind you to the press craft.
Okay.
And she goes, however, don't mention this yet. We have preparations to make and plans to make, but for the moment, don't mention this until we're all together in the same room without the prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
And then she turns and walks with Darrett to the recovery party.
Cool. And I'm just gonna head back to the cart.
Okay.
To go inside.
Is there anything you two are trying to do while he's talking to Becklin on the side?
No.
No. Okay.
Calabar probably would have started to
each.
Would have peeled off. Where were we coming into town at? The main gates or?
Yes, the main gates. Sorry, I thought I already had it up. There you go. Yeah, you guys are at. So you came in through the main gate, right? And you got to about here when the villagers began to rush to help. So currently, we'll say you guys are further up. You're getting towards the town circle, but you're not there yet. You're probably right here at this V intersection. Becklin is heading this way with Derek to talk to commit to the group. And then Bakaris the Younger went off towards the center of town. Bakaris the Elder locked himself in here. And Raven came back to discuss with you guys, and she's heading this way to go towards her office and deal with that mess.
So we're about that intersection.
Yeah, you're essentially at the main intersection before you leave town.
So I guess I have to go kind of into those trees. Go about the trees a little bit.
Right here.
Yeah, you're right about there.
Calavar just kept going to the brass crab.
Okay.
Yeah, we walk in there.
Okay.
With our prisoner in tow.
So
Okay. So you guys cudgel. Who's still fuming? She's ready to go after Garganus and figure out what he knows. Get to the brass crab. You walk in. As you walk into the brass crab, you see the ornate. Is your character ready, or are you still figuring it out?
I think she's ready.
Okay. Do you want to introduce it once we get into the brass crab, or do you want to wait?
I'll wait a little bit so I can understand what's happening more.
Okay. So as you guys are entering the brass crab, Yelma isn't expecting this. She's not aware of what's happened.
Mm-hmm.
The whole inn is kind of set up for a celebration to continue the festivities. She hasn't noticed the quietness or calmness that's dropped across the village or the anxiety. She's bustling, and all of you walk in covered in blood with a half ogre with an arrow through his ankles in tow and a pissed off dwarf. And Yelma says, "Oh my goodness, what happened to you? Your friends are still asleep, by the way. They threw up more. It's disgusting. I don't want to talk about it. However, I can't charge you extra. I wouldn't get to them if I were you."
Is there anybody in the bottom or in the bar area, the tavern area, or there looky-loos around?
Nope. There's nobody there except for you guys, Cudgel, and Garganus.
Calavar will walk up to her, lay down 5 gold, and say, "We're in a bit of a pickle, Rick." Yeah, and just plop it down the table, slide it, and say, "The festivities are done for the day. Close for a little bit."
And she goes, without a doubt. And she goes over to the door, and she essentially flips a sign, if you will, showing that it's closed. However, you get the feeling, even though she did that, it's not going to stop Becklin or Raven from coming through that door.
is there a room in the place we can go that's not that's kind of secluded, no windows or anything?
So the way the brass crab opens up.
Can we go into a claw?
I mean, so each of the claws open in, and you have rooms that line the claws, and on either side, and you have the main stage and everything in the center with the bar and everything else, and then you have everything out the back that goes through a door. You could attempt to use one of the rooms to interrogate him. However, you probably gonna have a hard time finding one that's not currently occupied or has somebody's personal possessions in.
One of our rooms?
I don't care about people's personal possessions. Right
Here's fine at the bar. Gives us enough room.
Just use
Calavar
no
will
big deal.
go upstairs or go around the claws and try to wake up our friends.
Okay.
I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna cast alarm outside the main doors, so that if anyone comes in, we know. And just make it so it allows these guys, and then because you can choose who doesn't set it off. And then,
So just the party?
yeah, just the party, and then Becklin,
Raven. Okay, Cudgel.
and then Cudgel, and then not him,
Okay.
because he
And not who?
not the Gargano.
Not Garganus?
So somehow some crazy shit.
If he managed to heal his hamstrings and run.
That happened.
Okay. So you cast alarm. You guys, you're gonna go try and wake up the other party members. What are you doing, sir?
I'm still holding on. Are we holding on to him, or how do we take him in here?
He's bound. He's bound and gagged.
So we're just holding him.
And so you essentially drug him through the door, and there's a bleeding half ogre laying on the ground.
Okay.
And Cudgel, you see standing over him with like a foot on his back, making sure he doesn't move, and the scowl on her face with her hand on her weapon, ready to go.
Okay. I want to lay him on his back and put his arms above him.
Okay.
Well, he's already set up.
Kinky.
No, so like I'm gonna use my javelin to like stab him the floor between his head and his hands.
So that he can't leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Um,
Roll me a strength check for that, because I want to see how hard it gets stubbed into the ground. How are you doing it, with all your might, or are you just kind of
I'm just kind
jabbing
of like
it?
one arm.
One
But
arm
it's
stab? Okay.
24.
Okay, so you stab this thing into the ground, and the tip, which is about that long, sinks almost all the way to the shaft. It is in the ground. It's not coming out.
Sweet.
I'm gonna try to persuade Cudgel to, guard the door.
Okay.
If I
How are you
can.
trying to persuade her?
Just
Let's hear it.
Hey, right now you're. We don't want you doing anything erratic. We can take care of this.
Okay.
Maybe you should guard the door. We need someone to watch outside, make sure no one tries to come in.
She looks. She goes, "I'll let you interrogate him, because if I do it, I'll kill him. But I'm not going to go outside. I want to be inside for this. You cast some spell over there anyway. I'm sure we'll be told if someone comes in, but I want to watch."
Okay.
And you can see like a bloodlust in her eyes. She means business. She's pissed.
Is Calabar back?
Calabar, which room are you going to first?
Whichever one is closest. I don't know.
We'll say that Fingaris is the closest.
We'll probably just walk by each room, bang on it, and say, "Wake up, shitbirds."
So each of them, as you knock on it, you hear grumbling. You open each door and you find the same thing. Each one of them has a bucket next to the bed. It is filled with bile and beer, mostly beer. And they, as much as they try to get up, they seem like they might need a stomach pump. They
Okay.
get into it, so they're not able
Wake
to.
up, sleepyhead.
So
Miss the invasion.
Come on. We'll shout upstairs. Calabar!
Rookies. And just turn around and start walking back downstairs.
Okay. Did you want
No,
to?
I was going to ask you to grab the puke buckets.
Oh.
We'll say he asked
No.
you.
I ain't touching that.
Nah.
Got a good way to waterboard.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that Columbus's probably is more poison than it is bile, because his iron stomach failed a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not necessarily anything you'd want to touch or inhale.
Well, I don't want to.
Yeah, but if you're getting close to it to carry the bucket, Constitution saving throws.
Never mind.
If I had mage hand.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do? No? Okay. So, Garganus, he's aware, he's awake. He's currently pinned to the ground. Yalma is behind the bar. She has her back turned because she doesn't necessarily want to see the blood. She doesn't want to see what you guys do. But she hasn't left. She's still present. She did pour each of you guys an ale, kind of a post-battle nerve staunch, if you will. And she said it's on the house. Thank you for saving what friends I have left.
I'm just going to walk up silently and grab mine.
Yours is that gallon
Yeah,
pitcher.
and I'll do a thing.
My phone's gonna break. I'm not sure.
Calabar woke up. Hey, I think that one's mine.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you guys are drinking this, the door opens, and Becklin and Raven walk in. And Becklin's quiet. She doesn't say anything. She looks pensive. You want to come in? Okay. And with them, what is your race? Is your character?
She's a half elf.
Okay. So with her, you see someone you don't recognize. You don't necessarily know, but you see you recognize as a half elf.
Should have set off the alarm though.
Yeah, I was gonna say your alarm is.
So your alarm's going off because she isn't supposed to be in, but you see the mayor and Becklin. So
I would just spin around real fast, look, and then see them come in.
exactly.
You just let loose an arrow.
Pretty much. Yeah, I would pretty much draw my bow. And then, okay. What's going on here?
So, what do they see as you enter?
About a half elf around my size.
Short
They're-
half elf.
I know. I couldn't think. Pale skin, black hair, black eyes, or not black eyes. Like dark brown eyes. I look like I have not had a nice day in my life.
Okay. I'm getting roguish vibes. Okay.
You're wearing like ratty clothes or just?
I just have a really bitch face going on.
Okay.
Okay.
She's a professional. Okay.
Here for business. I got it. Party's in the back, but we're here first. I got it.
Did you finish your character? Because it's not updated for me.
I did.
Let's see what I got in between.
Yeah, it still says you're level 1, no race, no class. Unless you finished it outside the campaign.
Should probably finish it outside the campaign. Oh, she started a separate one.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
my bad.
No worries.
What do we add her to the campaign?
Let me drop the one that's in here that's not done. And then if you use the campaign link that you sent her already once,
It's a little
it should ask you if you want to bring a character or make a character.
spikes that you
Right.
put into
Okay.
It is the same.
climbing spikes.
There it is.
Yeah, it should ask you if you want to bring her. Yeah.
Not to be confused with caltrops,
Should be good.
which are the
Matalia.
little spiky bits you toss
You
on
can
the
make
ground
her
like
like
jacks.
3, by the way.
I can make her
Yeah,
level 3.
Yeah. Okay, that works. Works.
Sweet.
I just need to see it so I know what's going on in mine. But yeah, if you want to, you can do that in a second if you want, and then. So you see Becklin and Raven walk in, and Becklin introduces her as a friend. Says this is Matalia. She's a member of the village. She's our most skilled scout, and she may be leading a reconnaissance party after we're done with the interrogation to see what's out there.
I take resentment to that.
What? Best scout? She don't know you.
Oh yeah. Sorry, outside. So cantrips you can just keep casting.
Yeah. They don't take spell slots. So, your alarm did go off, but what's the duration on the alarm?
It's I think an hour. It's cast time 1 minute, range 30 feet, 8 hours.
Okay, we'll say that it just resets. So you can like mentally click it and reset the alarm if you will.
Okay, it's a mental alarm too, so
Yeah,
pick
yeah.
my mind.
So essentially you
They
hit
would just saw
snooze.
me just spin around.
Yeah, you essentially hit snooze and the alarm silences. Okay, is there anything you want to say to the group since you've been introduced by Becklin as their best scout in the village?
Saw you with that half orc and I want to know what's going on with him.
I got you.
Keller's just sitting at the bar drinking. Welcome to the party. Now just down the rest of his ale and just watch Becklin interact with everyone.
Yours has a slight honey flavor. You think it might be spiked? Kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
Go ahead.
no, after I'm done taking my head out of my leader thing.
Your
Right.
feeding trough.
Royals. And then I shake my head and look at both of them.
Calabar's not amused.
Calabar just occasionally just kind of brushes some of the extra ale that's on the way.
Is there anything you want to do or say?
I'm just gonna go over to him. Like, all right, let's get this started.
Okay.
And then
You guys repositioning Gargonis into a chair. You can leave him on the ground and just curb stomp
he
him.
can lay on the ground.
Okay.
I'll take my short swords and just pin his legs down. Not like through his legs, but like his pants.
Okay.
Like his armor.
Okay. Roll. They're short swords, correct?
Short swords.
Dexterity check with advantage since he's already pinned.
14 plus 4, I think. 5.
You're at advantage.
Huh?
You're at advantage.
Yeah,
Right?
19.
Okay. So you take your short swords, you kind of flip them out, almost like a Legolas flip, and then stab him into his pant legs. And the swords bury about 2 or 3 inches into the wooden floorboards. And you guys, Yelma flips around. She's already seen a javelin go into her floorboards, and now she has 2 swords sticking out of the floor. And she goes, "You didn't ask if you could damage the place."
I'll just throw her a couple coins.
What?
Gold. Like 3 gold coins.
Okay. So she looks at it, she goes, "This is going to cover the expenses, but fine. I'll be outside." She walks out the back and onto the wharf.
That was going to be the next instruction. Get the fuck out or be quiet.
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
Raven walks over as she walks out and says, "Okay, guys, I can sense the enthusiasm, but let's not make this place too hard to clean up, okay?" And then she backs over next to Cardinal and watches. Becklin is off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Again, seeming pensive and quiet.
I'm gonna just remove his gag.
Okay.
Does he do anything when I remove it?
Oh, he laughs
Does
at
he
you
start
guys.
yelling?
He just starts laughing.
All right,
And,
so
he goes, "A little bit of pain's nothing. You guys are in for so much worse. It's a joke. You thought it was just a reenactment.
I'm just gonna
And
grab.
you, bull!"
That's I want to kick him in the jaw.
I'm gonna grab that arrow and twist it.
Okay.
While it's still between his in his thigh and everything, right? Or his calf and his heel.
It is.
I'm just gonna twist that a little bit.
However, he needs to roll me a strike, an unarmed strike, please.
At advantage.
At advantage because he's prone. And I believe it's also a strength check, and he's also currently low on health. So good luck. Let's have fun.
Oh shit!
Oh
Good
god.
non-crit, right?
If it's a blunt strike, we'll say it's a blunt strike, so it'll just knock him out.
Okay.
Depending on how hard you hit him, of course.
Roll it like an attack, or
Yep.
just okay.
Yep, chance to hit.
9.
So you go to
Wait,
kick him,
wait.
and is that with advantage or?
That was with that was with advantage. Yeah.
Okay, so you go to kick him, and your foot misses and kicks the shaft of your javelin, and he starts laughing harder. He's like, "And this is why you aren't a part of my crew anymore."
Oh my gosh! He's gonna walk away grumbling. Trying to embarrass myself again.
He's still mocking all of you. He's saying how stupid you all were for thinking it was a reenactment. How he'd gladly kill the rest of Vogler just to make more gold.
You know what? I'm gonna choke him until he's that close to passing out,
Okay.
and then try again.
Okay. Constitution saving throw, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not for you.
Yeah.
I can't find that damn map either. It just pisses me off. But I'll find it. Just gotta pull up the stat block. So you go to choke him, and you're hold him for a second. He's laughing at you. His neck is so thick that you're just not able to squeeze correctly. It has no effect on him. And he didn't even wiggle away. He's just laughing at you like, "You call that a chokehold? How many of your people I killed and they couldn't even dare hold on?"
I'm gonna look at Brecklin and be like, "This is what happens when you don't last hurt him."
Becklin or it was Raven.
Raven.
Said it.
Raven.
And Raven said, I would dare say that even if you guys tried to hurt him more, it's not having much effect anyway.
You can get more creative.
Maybe the elf should do something.
She goes, "Have you guys tried to just ask questions, maybe?"
Yeah.
You seem to just enjoy trying to choke him out and knock him out, which is kind of besides the point of an interrogation, I dare say.
Okay.
You're not wrong.
Hey, we're a little bad here.
It's still fun.
The 2 chaotic neutral characters are like, "Yeah, let's fuck it up."
That's true. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Chaotic evil, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you have a point there. Look at him. All right. So, why'd you do it? Why'd you attack?
Why'd I kill your people?
Yeah.
Because it was fun.
Yeah. Well, who was telling you to do it?
Like I would tell you, you're nothing. I could kill you easily if it was one-on-one and you weren't hiding behind a fence.
I don't know about that.
Can I walk up to him with the letter? Because I still have the letter.
Yeah.
We're like, what's this?
And he goes, what's what? I can't see anything.
Can't read?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to hand it to you. The letter you got initially.
Is this the... Oh, no, it's just different. Yeah, it's different.
It's different. It's just
one for the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You guys want to try? You guys just ask him what's what, and he's like, he's blowing you guys off. He's clearly not intimidated. He's not. He doesn't want to talk to you.
I'm just chaotic and mad. I'm just mad right now. I'm not even. My guy's not even making sense because he's so mad.
Okay.
So
You're on the border of raging.
yeah, pretty much.
Interesting. Okay, I might do something with that.
What are your ties to Takesis?
Who's Takesis? He pretends like he doesn't know anything.
And Caliber just like I do, does that back. Takes
Okay.
a little bit more sip of his drink. Looks over at Becklin and Cudgel and says, "You brought your investigator. Go to work."
Becklin and Cudgel. So Becklin kind of pushes Cudgel back, and Becklin says, "Of course, if magic's fine, this man has no honor." And she walks up to him and she says, "Can you not see that you betrayed your own leader? That you dishonored yourself and the entirety of what the Ironclad Regiment stood for? Can you not see that you are no longer worth your own salt on the battlefield? That no warrior will ever respect you again?" Trying to guilt him into giving her information. And it works. With the persuasion check and guilting him to death. Gargona says, "Yeah, you might be right. I don't know, the bull knows that back in the day, well, it wasn't always an honest trade. We at least honored the deaths of the ones we gave."
That we did.
Any questions you guys want to ask him now that he's decided to talk?
You're the interrogator they brought.
She's a scout.
She's a scout. She's the lead scout for the village.
Alright,
Does the lead scout want to ask any questions? From an outside perspective. That wasn't fucking watching people die.
yeah.
The non-bloodied and pissed off one of the group. Yeah.
Yeah, but then she brought us away. Past.
Just scowl at him, he'll probably listen.
Do you know what happened? Why were
I'm
you-
still a little lost on
I
to
think she
exactly
knows
what
why.
happened.
Do you guys want to fill her in? She could be asking the party members what happened, if you will.
Can Becklin and
Recap.
Cudgel have told her on the way to the Brass Crab? So we don't
sense.
screw anything up and you can just give her the she wants to know?
Sure. So essentially, they were at the Battle of High Hill. It was supposed to be a reenactment. And the mercenaries brandished actual weapons instead of blunted objects and killed most of the militia. Most of Vogler... So they killed most of the militia and killed a lot of the spectators and tried to kill Cudgel.
And we're just trying to figure out why the hell that happened.
Why it happened, what his motive was.
Okay.
Yep.
So, is he willing to answer things now, or is he still okay?
Yeah, he feels like a POS, if you will.
So what
Cowboys
did-
are like, well, it feels like one.
So I want to ask, why did you decide to bring blood to us? What was the point?
It paid well.
For what?
Well, messenger came to me with a letter and said if I killed all you guys and took the town, they'd pay me in gold.
Do you know who it was?
I didn't recognize them. There was... Oh, what does he say? He says that it was a human in black and red armor with a hood and a cape. They met him in the woods, gave him the letter, and paid him off.
Would that be I don't know.
You wouldn't recognize who it was, but
No,
you would
but I recognize
recognize the armor
cloaks and
type
stuff.
and the cloaks. You would recognize that. He tells you that. That's all he tells you based off that question.
Okay.
Did you bring all of your men with you to the fight?
My men are
Are
cudgels.
they all
men.
now dead? Well, I assume they're no longer cudgels. I assume they belong to you.
Oh no, the ones loyal to me came along. There might have been a few left at camp, but not everyone came.
And Calabar will give a little sly look over at Cudgel.
And
And he says,
Cudgel says, I need to go back to camp and verify that. Like, now. We need to finish this interview.
I'm gonna ask him. Because they already know about the letter now, so I'm like, all right. So the letter's saying there's more people coming. Do you know who's coming? You know.
And he says, I don't know who.
What?
I don't know how many. I assume they're all from whatever band the messenger was from that gave me the money. I could care less. I'm just in it for the gold.
Where did he approach you? What location?
It was in the woods. I mean, we were camped probably a mile north of here. And I was probably a quarter mile from camp in the woods.
Do you know if anyone else was contacted through a letter asking?
I have no idea. I was just worried about my own skin. The more money I can make, the less I have to worry about later.
So you have no one else that was working with you.
No, just the ones that were loyal to me.
So why is he alive? There's no other point. We were gonna use him for gain.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, I don't see a point in why we need to keep him alive. They obviously didn't care about him. He wasn't.
He
Or
says
what do we
he
got
went
bargain
alone.
if they had any? They contacted
Unless-
him.
Well,
He was. So, are you asking if there were other mercenary groups working with him?
Yeah, I'm trying to ask if anyone else was bribed that he knows of that
So-
would be working with him.
Not that he knows of. He knows that he was paid off to lead people loyal to him to kill the Vogler militia, and then take over Vogler and prepare it for whoever's group it was he was contacted by.
and then I assume we all killed the rest of them on the battlefield, and he was the only one left.
Yes, you killed all of his followers that were at the battlefield. He said there's probably a few left at the mercenary camp, but he's not sure how many are still over there.
And Cudgel beat feet back to camp.
No, she's waiting for
Cudgel's
the interview
still
to get done.
waiting.
She's like, we need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna ask him real quick, like, what direction from camp he was, because you said he was like quarter mile from camp,
No, to the northeast.
and then, I think if y'all were done with it,
I wanted to ask him if he knew anything about the gathering of armies near Talman Busic.
Tom Busic. He doesn't know anything about it.
Okay.
He said, I could care less about gathering armies. I just want to make sure Cudgel died too. Take the rest of the Ironclad with me.
Cudgel's a tough bastard.
Don't worry, she'll die soon enough. And you see Cudgel start to fume and start to walk towards the Gargoyles.
And as she's walking, Calabar will just kind of look at him and like brush his nose like he's got an itch, and just a little bit, just minimal damage.
Okay.
Cast Toll the Dead.
So that's a save, is it not? I believe Toll the Dead's a save. It's a wisdom save, right? Or is it a constitution save?
Let me get to my spells. Where are you? Yeah, wisdom.
Wisdom save? Okay. This is gonna hurt. He rolls a 1. Not a nat 1, but he rolls a 1. So
Save is 1 point, just a little brief.
he falls unconscious because he's already at 1 point health.
Good thing I missed. Kicker there.
Cudgel, I think you scared him half to death.
And she looks at you, and she gets the feeling that you did something, and she just smacks you on the shoulder and says, it was mine.
Do you want me to wake him up or not?
And she goes, use your arcane bullshit. And then as she says that, Raven in the background says, you helped my people. You healed someone, didn't you?
Of course.
You can do more for my people. Please heal as many as you can. We need as much help as we can get, and magic's not normal around here. She goes, I don't care how you did it, if it was arcane or otherwise. Help my people.
So is Cudgel still going up to him?
Cudgel's more taking the anger out towards Calabar now.
okay.
She's
Calabar's fine with that.
I don't know. I think we should. I personally think we should leave Cudgel with him for a little bit. Just go take care of some other things.
Is that
There's a lot to do
decision?
around here.
Is that a group decision?
Calabar's gonna set his drink down, notice the glint in your eye.
Murder.
Thinking,
I like murder.
and just begin to walk out to assist with the walking wounded and now the laying wounded.
Right. Okay, so he goes and does that. What do you guys do?
I'm just gonna go back to the bar and watch the events unfold.
Okay.
For me.
Did you want to talk sidebar now, or do you want to talk sidebar later?
Oh,
Okay.
I don't see a point to waste my time with him anymore if there's nothing else he's willing to give. No
Okay.
information.
Okay. Are you staying in the bar, or?
Yeah, I could watch a little blood.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a beer and stay in the bar too.
So with your two passive perceptions, you get the feeling that you guys share a lot in common when it comes to scouting and the wilds. It's not like a spoken thing. You can just both tell that you both have experience for some reason doing that. So as he walks out and you guys tend to walk away from the now knocked out Garganus by the single point of damage someone did, you see Cudgel grab for her cudgel and start to walk towards Garganus. And as she does that, Becklin just comes up and puts her in a full Nelson and walks her to the back. And you hear Raven say, "Hey, not now. Go check on your people. We'll be here and we'll take care of this." And she huffs and her face turns red. And she clips it back to her belt, and she walks out. And Cudgel is not. She won't be back for probably till the next morning.
So
Raven looks at you three and says, "There's a shack out back that Yelma has. It should be available for the most part. Grab a fishing net, tie him up, and I'll post a guard out front. Leave him in the shack."
okay. I'll put cast alarm again on the shack when we put him back there.
Okay.
Is because it's 20-foot square, so around all the way around the shack if it's that small.
Yeah, I mean
And then-
it's like a shit shack, quite literally. A shit
Yeah.
shack. So
Let's put it in there, and then because you can, I guess I don't know if you can have it set where it does the mental and the loud alarm. Or it
you can,
automatically-
yeah, it's fine.
So I would set to both, so like anyone guarding him, if anyone tries to get in,
Okay.
and then I also am alerted to.
Okay. Yeah, perfectly fine.
Well, actually, is there a range on it?
If you
Can
want,
I leave?
if you
Like,
want,
I can
I will
do
let
that.
you recast it, so you don't have to use a spell slot,
Okay.
and just transfer it to the next location.
Yeah, and so it just stays there. I can leave. Is there like?
I don't think it has a distance range.
Okay.
It just says it lasts for 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna. Who's there? Becklin. Everyone's still there.
Becklin and Raven are still there for the moment. As you guys, or if you guys are deciding to leave and get the stuff in the shack to tie him up, are you doing that?
What time of day is it?
Late afternoon, getting towards night. So it's probably about 9 o'clock in the afternoon.
Good. I'm gonna kind of tell him that I'll help him get the stuff in the shack, and then we'll go try to scout, like check out where his forces were, the campsite, see if I can find any evidence.
Are you telling that to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you say that, Becklin says, or not Becklin, Raven says, "Wait, we have more stuff to talk about, and as soon as we're done talking, my scout can go with you so she can lead you through the woods. You clearly don't know the way here."
Okay.
And she doesn't know what the hell you do, so.
Yeah. Yeah. This.
She just assumes that you're some random,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Racist.
Yeah.
Some random bugbear.
Yep. Not necessarily
Wandered into
stupid,
town. Smelled the trash.
but trying to eat the children. Okay, deal.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get the net and everything.
Okay. So, we'll say it takes about 10 minutes. You guys getting tied up.
Grab my swords.
Oh.
Speaking of which, actually, roll me a strength check.
For me?
You forget how to walk.
10 plus 2. No, wait. 10 plus 0. 10.
So you pull on these swords. The swords wiggle, but they don't come out.
Oh.
Roll me a strength check if you're pulling out the javelin.
Try.
Because you wedge that bitch in there.
7.
Yeah, so you go to grab it, it doesn't even budge.
You want to go pick them off the ground?
Yeah, can I try and roll them off?
Are you trying to pull them out, or are you trying to finesse them out? Seeing these two struggle at pulling out their own weapons.
I'll finesse it out.
Okay, so roll me dexterity at advantage, since you're making fun of them while you're doing it. I like it.
Dexterity.
The short half elf.
Plus 3.
Yep.
So I got 18.
Okay, that's with your modifier.
Yes.
Okay, so she takes and she goes up to the javelin first, and she just wiggles it, and just walks right out of the hole, and she hands it to you, and then she goes over to your swords, and she just gently wiggles them out, hands them to you.
You're welcome.
Alright. Touche.
Seems like so far brute strength is not working. So well.
Yeah, it's not good.
You need to rage.
He just rages. He was pretty mad.
He was
He would have had that rage.
I mean,
Just breaks it in half.
again, here's the question for your character: is your character able to keep his anger in check, or does he lose control?
For the most part, he can keep it in check. It's just like if these people, like from his past.
So with Garganus laying on the ground, you'd have a hard time keeping it in check.
Yeah, like he was obviously getting angry, like right off the bat, trying to kick him in the head. So
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
shit. 8.
So you begin to quite literally rage. You are so angry that you can't pull out your javelin, that Garganus is here. You're starting to lose your shit.
Oh, shit. So, alright, just gonna go like sprint out the back door or something. Just bust it off his head.
You guys see this angry Minotaur that can't pull out his javelin. He's clearly having a hard day with his strength checks. Fly out the back door. Not just
The
sprint.
doors
So it
stop
reminds you specifically
Somewhere
of the
hard, yeah.
ambush on the road when he body checked your ass into the woods. So
I'm just picturing the first Fast and Furious who gets mad. Like she hands him the spear and he's like, just runs out.
so we're gonna say the
tuna here.
we're gonna say the door is closed.
Don't do that.
And now you have bull charge, don't you? Or bull
No.
rush. You should because you're a Minotaur.
Goring. Yeah.
So I will allow you, if you'd like to, with flavor, to use goring rush on the door, because you're so angry you're running through the door out the back.
Yeah, I can do that. You want me to roll it like an attack?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Head down, horns
You
first.
missed the door.
It's the wall.
20.
Okay, so you start running, javelin in hand. Your head comes down. Your scuffed up horns from Fengari and your little cuddle session hits the door first, and the door bursts into splinters. Roll me damage.
Oh shit, I'm gonna actually roll it. 5 damage.
Okay, so as you hit it, the door disintegrates and splinters start to fly in about a 10-meter radius. Where are you guys in relation to him when he bursts through the back door towards the dwarf?
I'm near the person that we were interviewing.
I sat down.
Okay.
I grabbed a beer and sat at like a corner table.
Oh shit, I didn't run towards the house in the back?
That
Well,
you
she
went
handed
towards
him
the
the
back.
spear.
Oh,
I
did,
know,
I
I
did.
did.
Oh no! Yeah, so I grabbed.
Yeah,
I
making
went to
sure.
grab my sword.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm next to him because I just
Yeah.
gave him
But she
his-
pulled out the spear first, so I'm just standing there by my swords, just
You watching him bull rush through the back door.
like I just failed to pull out my swords. And I'm just like,
Fuck.
oh, shit, and I see him just get extremely mad, and run out because he couldn't pull his spear out.
Okay, so so the situation now is you guys see the door splinter and explode.
Mhm.
How are you reacting to that?
Well, shit.
Yeah.
No, like physically, how are you reacting?
Oh,
It's a quick react.
like I don't know, like a little jolt.
Jolt, okay.
What? Why you
Oh no. I'm like, well, I'm just like, well, that's going to be more gold out of our pockets.
Oh no, I'm referring to are you getting out of the way of the damage or not? If
Oh.
so, how are you getting out of the way of the damage? You
Okay,
can.
the door's that close. I'm just going to try to dodge.
Okay, so roll me a dexterity save.
Oh, me too.
Oh, that's bad. 9.
You take.
10.
I got 5.
You guys both
Okay.
take 5 points of damage.
8. My bad. 8.
8. You guys both take 5 points of damage.
Good.
Shit.
Piercing damage
Well, it
from the
has 3
splintering
temporary.
wood flying off the door.
How do you add it?
Where we go?
Are you still running as you go out this back door? Because it goes to the wharf heading towards the water.
Yes, I'm gonna still be running.
You're still straight.
I'm just
Straight. You just said
like
that.
like a bull seeing red, you know.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw. At disadvantage.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What you get?
First roll was an 8, second was a 19. So yeah, 8.
So you're running. You almost get to the end of the dock. You gonna try to stop, or you just gonna keep
I'm
going?
trying to stop.
Okay. Just roll me a d20.
11.
You start hitting the brakes, and you almost get to the very end of the dock, and your heels touch, and you start to teeter. How are you reacting to it?
Like try and wave my arms back like that. Trying to regain my balance.
Dexterity saving throw. Or acrobatics check. You
She'll
should.
fall in the water and start fighting the water.
10.
Fuck. Meets it, beats it. You manage to bring your arms up and you just go back a little bit on your hooves, and you're standing there flat. You're still angry. You're no longer raging off the edge of this cliff into the water.
I'm just gonna take the rest of the wood that was on my horns.
the door frame.
Yeah, just throw it in the water.
Okay.
Start walking back as I cool off.
Okay. So as this is all happening and finishes off, you're walking through town, many wounded as you see,
Yeah.
right? You see Bakaris the Older slam the door to Raven's office and begin walking towards the brass crab.
Towards the brass crab.
Mm-hmm.
These guys got it handled.
Okay.
Who was with him?
It's just Bakaris the Older.
He wasn't with
The
Raven or anything?
No, Raven and everybody else is in the brass crab. Cudgel left to go back to camp, check on our people.
Alright. How far away are we right now? Can I tell that he's going to the brass crab?
Yes, you are here-ish. The mayor's office is here. He slammed the door and he's coming around the circle towards the brass crab.
I can glean that he's going to the brass crab.
Yeah, your passive insight lets you know that he's probably going there. You can tell by the way both him and his son act that they feel more important and more intelligent than the rest of town. So he probably wants to be involved in whatever discussion's going on.
Shit. Calavar will just raise a hand as he's walking by and just like chest hand him, just kind of like as he's walking by, kind of catch him a little bit and say, I think it's being taken care of.
So he just stops and he looks at you. He looks at your hand. He grabs it, pulls it off, throws it to the side and says, "Who are you, you knave? You're not even from here. You're nothing," and walks past you towards the brass crab.
Okay. Let him go.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully nothing.
I'm not gonna fight him. He's gonna walk in. Calavar doesn't know that there's an alarm, but Calavar knows he's gonna walk into some big boys and some fighters that are not happy into a place that they wanted by themselves.
Okay. We're going to say that Becklin and Raven did say that they need to discuss plans going forward, so they asked you to come back within probably about 30 minutes or so. I'll do some checks.
Okay.
And it's
How long have I been out there? Just helping the wounded?
about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Finish up. Helping. Pending film.
Okay, sounds good. Inside the brass crab. As the bull broke the back door, Yam is standing outside to the left of the door. She didn't take any damage, thank God. Everything just kind of splintered around her.
Yeah.
She's her jaw's dropped. Her face is white. She doesn't say anything. She just looks at the now wide open hole in her back fucking wall door area, and then looks at the bull standing at the end of her docks, turns around and walks away.
Well, she already turned around.
You don't even need passive insight or perception to tell that she's probably done dealing with you guys for your stay in Vogler.
I was about to throw her some coins.
So, inside the brass crab, you guys still have your drinks on the table. Becklin and Raven are discussing what happened. You guys can hear Raven saying things such as, "We need to figure out who he was talking to, why they want Vogler if they still mean us harm. We need to know what's out there." Her concern is, you can tell that her concern is entirely with keeping her village and people safe, but she's not entirely sure how to or what to do.
Quick question. Is this all ocean, or is it like just a lake?
It's a river.
Oh, it's just a river?
It's a river. It's the Vingard River. It flows
so
from the
how far
north.
is it to like the other side of the shore?
It's a distance. That's the map I'm trying to find.
So it's like pretty well defended?
The river?
Like the river, like on the riverside, other than if they had boats?
What are you talking? What do you mean? Is it? Are you saying?
Yeah,
that
it's like a
is
natural
defended?
defense for the town.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a natural barrier.
It's
so
big enough that it's not like...
the town has two sort of natural defenses, if you will. It doesn't have a need for a wall because you have this wide cliff on the north side that has the gate in the front. However, the gates haven't been closed for a long time. You guys aren't sure if you can close them or not. You haven't even checked it. And then the river is, in theory, a natural defense, unless they're being invaded by the river.
Yeah.
In which case, the boats are going to land, and that's that.
Well, I mean, they'd have to travel across a lot of land with boats, I assume, to get to the river.
Yeah, and then
or
you-
travel down the river.
Exactly, but
Okay.
then you have the bottleneck at the gate.
Okay.
So, yes. I'm just trying. I need to find something.
Did I grab the stuff by now? The
Huh?
net, the netting, and everything. Did I grab that by now?
Yeah, we'll say that you guys have the netting and you already got them tied up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would have went and got it after I saw him run a mile down the road. Well,
Out the back.
at least he didn't destroy the shack.
I was running.
Jenny. I really need this damn map. I'm sorry, guys. I got it. I had it. I don't know where it went. Is this it?
Yep.
Woo!
Does it say Vogler?
Kalaman region,
Nope.
northern wastes.
Yeah, but
No,
this is what I'm looking for. This is
Over
the
there.
player. This is the player variant. So Vogler is here.
right here.
Vogler's here. Kalaman is here.
Oh, okay.
So you guys are here.
Okay. Looks so small.
So and then we'll say that the camp is up here. That'd be High Hill.
Okay.
And then the people he was meeting with in the woods was off to the northeast, probably like right in here.
Is the river going upstream or down?
So it would be downstream, flowing out and then into the bay.
And where was I coming from then?
You were coming from when you were running in.
Yeah, like where I
So-
left from, the place I escaped from.
The place you escaped from was out this way at the time. So, like it says in your backstory,
Yeah.
they come from the east.
Yep.
So they were out this way.
Okay.
Yeah. Last you know of, and that was 3 days ago. 4 days ago now.
Coming from the east. There's water to the east.
I don't write the story, I just run it.
No, I was saying.
There's also land from the east.
That's what I was saying. So I was getting it. Anyways,
So, yeah, I'm, do you guys, actually, hold on 1 second. F11, so that's full screen. And then switch back to Vogler. Okay. I'm just gonna, if I can get it. There you go.
Good.
So you guys come back in, and you guys tying up Garganos.
yes.
Yes.
Time up.
Did you guys bring back his axe with him, or did you leave it on the battlefield?
I thought we
We would
grabbed
have
it.
brought
Yeah.
everything back.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
I
leave it-
looted everything.
Did you leave it in the cart? Well, you couldn't find shit.
Yeah,
You tried.
I know, but I'm saying.
I would have assumed that we were taking the prisoner back to the crab,
Yeah.
the brass crab, and his belongings as well.
Okay. So, whichever one of you wants it, discuss as a party. One of you guys has a great axe in your inventory.
Well, that's what I need. You can have a great axe.
I don't want anything of
Another
his.
one.
It's gonna make him rage constantly.
That would be great. We just force him to take it. I don't want it.
It's a sentient great axe.
Right.
Evil.
It has like vicious mockery.
I mean,
but
you
it's
guys-
Gargana's voice.
You guys could potentially keep it and give it to the other Minotaur.
I mean,
passed out drunk in his room.
if no one's gonna take it, I'll take it.
Okay.
Is it shiny?
It is shiny.
Oh,
The blade is shiny. It's covered in blood and gore currently, but it's shiny.
I'm gonna take the shiny axe.
Okay. You have a great axe in your inventory. Merry Christmas.
I'm gonna be slow.
Okay. So you guys have Garganus tied up. About another 6-7 minutes. It'll take you about 25. It'll be 25 on your ticker. And you guys could probably get him in the shed, the spell cast, everything. Anything you guys want to do in the meantime? Rage again.
So
Against the
would
shed.
would Bakaris the older showed up at some point to the brass crab?
He would almost be to the brass crab currently. So he would have stopped on the way, probably, because his son would have been out this way. Probably would have stopped before he got to the brass crab.
I still haven't met these guys, so I have no clue who they are.
You've seen Bakaris. Bakaris was
I
heckling.
saw the younger heckling him, but I was far away, so.
Yeah, you saw the younger heckling.
But I have no clue who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's in the shack?
If you guys have put it in the shack.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is there like rafters in the shack?
No, so think of, did you ever play Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah.
So you know how you have like the poop shack?
Oh, it's like an
It's
outhouse.
a little shit.
Think of an outhouse, but it's not an outhouse. It's literally a small shed.
Oh, okay.
It's big enough to hide a half ogre in a net.
Not big enough I can tie him to like the raft. Like
There's
the ceiling.
there's literally
Yeah,
not rafters. It's
yeah,
just like
okay.
the side supports and a roof. Like
Okay.
it's all you got. So, I mean, you guys could try and jab a javelin through the wall again.
No.
And see how it goes.
We don't know about the old vomit buckets.
No. The one noxious the other two that
Is there like a bathroom in there?
It's literally just a
No, like in the breast crab.
Yeah. So
Is it
each of you guys, like each of the rooms would have
Like
A
is there like a public one? Is there like a bucket?
yeah, you guys would
Stuff.
essentially be able to have a small place to relieve yourself inside each of the rooms.
So like
But-
a chamber pot.
Essentially.
That's what I was saying. Is there like
Yeah.
something like I'm grabbing?
Sure, if you want to throw shit all over
Yeah.
Gargoyles.
Oh
Fuck
my
it.
god.
Go for it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you doing
He's
that?
not gonna be comfortable while he's in there. Yeah.
Okay, so you go to your chambers, you get your excrement from whenever you used the bathroom recently, and you chuck it on Gargonis, who is now covered in hobgoblin feces.
That's what you deserve.
Oh,
It's
poor guy.
your fault. You're bragging about defeating a militia of old worn men.
He's
like you're tough.
He's unconscious
Oh, I don't care.
and now covered in shit, so
I
he
don't
doesn't know what you're saying.
I don't care. I'm just my anger's coming out now for the most part. So you
Better
get.
than Minotaur.
Anyways,
Anything else you guys would like to do?
No.
Sleep it off for the night. So I don't
well,
kill him.
how much time do we have till we all meet up?
About 5 minutes.
Oh, I know. I'm not going to sleep then.
It's about 9:30.
Okay, never mind. Oh yeah, their town's tax shops wouldn't be open anyways.
No. Especially not after what just happened. The
Yeah.
townspeople, first off, you don't know if the shopkeeper survived yet or not. You haven't looked. Secondly, the town is still bustling and trying to take care of the wounded and recover the dead.
Okay, well since we don't have time to do anything, I just go back in the grass crab and drink until
Okay. Is there
slowly drink.
anything you'd like to do, Calabar, in the meantime before you come back? No.
Nope, just finish up helping.
Okay.
Make my way back.
Are you casting arcane healing spells on people?
For the most part, just stabilizing.
Okay.
The occasional ones that look worse for wear will arcanely heal them slightly while I'm dressing them or doing whatever.
Okay. You get the occasional stare from passerbys because they're not sure. Like, they see you moving to the semantic physical components, but they're not sure how necessarily you learned the healing arts. Some whispers say miracles, some say practiced, but rumors are beginning to spread among the people of Vogler that survived that there's more to you than the arcane, but for now they're just rumors.
Okay.
So, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope. When I head back.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are all back in the brass crab then?
Oh, excuse me.
Okay.
While I'm there, sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
While I'm there, can I be trying to listen in on other people's conversations to see if there's maybe anything that they saw that was maybe not normal?
People as in who?
Just anyone there at the grass
The only people there currently are you three,
Oh, okay.
Becklin and Raven.
Okay, never mind.
So you can listen.
Everybody out.
Yeah, there's a big door that's broken.
Even Yalma, like she ain't coming back. She done for the night. She gave up. She rage quit.
Well, at least she can't kick us out tonight.
Yeah, she may just quit at this point. So, okay, so he comes back in. Depending on how he feels, your character, I guess, what would they see? How does your character look after dealing with the wounded? And
Pretty disheveled, so you'll see like a 6'1", 6'2" ish, skinny looking, older elf. Maybe normal human physical appearance, maybe about like 40, 50 ish. Silver hair pulled back into a really sloppy ponytail now. Wearing like a blue traveling tunic with very small like shoulder pauldrons that kind of connect in the center. Occasional mud and dirt and blood in different spots. He's got like little bits of dirt and stuff on his face. His hands are, as he's walking in, he's wiping his hands with like a cloth and there's like dry blood on it. He's got a shield that is green and has an oak sapling or oak.
it's like an oak sapling inside of the shield, yeah.
On it. He's got like a mace like draped over his shoulder, and he's looking worn and kind of exhausted from out helping.
So that is what you guys see. You walk into the door. Your good old friendly neighborhood cleric. And Raven beckons over to you guys. Becklin again is quiet. She, even in the conversations while you guys were still in the brass crab, she wasn't saying much to Raven. You could tell she was more processing and thinking more than she was responding. And if she was responding, it was almost, it wasn't a blow off, but it was more of an understanding, almost like a therapist would ask you to help you direct your thoughts towards a solution versus providing a solution. That's how she was talking to Raven the whole time. Becklin walks up to you guys first before Raven gets up, and she says to you guys, we might need to discuss things after we figure out what's out there. So when you guys,
Did Bacchus come in?
Bacchus?
Yeah, because he was coming.
Baccharis.
Baccharis. Yeah. Baccharis has not come in yet.
Okay.
In fact, Calabar passed him on the way in, and he was probably 40 meters behind
Okay,
him.
I thought he was going opposite direction. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
He was about 40 minutes behind you, still up the street. You saw him talking to his son before he came in.
On the way in, Calabar probably would have closed the door and attempted to just turn a lock or something.
Okay. But yeah, Becklin says, once we know what's out there, whether it's the scout going out with the party from the village to scout or you guys, however it happens, we need to discuss things. And as she says things and finishes, Raven approaches you guys. And she says, whatever happens at mercenary camp with Cudgel, we'll have answers soon. She'll have more answers than we can surmise just from wondering. But you mentioned scouting to the northeast.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if we can find any tracks or anything that can kind of figure out who or what direction they went to get whenever if they met up with them. I imagine they covered their tracks pretty well if they just showed up like that, but just to be safe that we're not missing something.
Okay. With him talking about tracking and everything else, does it make you think anything? No? You're staring, okay.
Sorry, no, I'm just
She's
trying
like,
to.
sounds like a good plan.
I'm just,
Okay.
taking it in. I'm not really.
Okay.
Like you said, we got the best tracker. Kind of throw off, for me, like you said, we got the best tracker and your best scout. We should be able to find anything if it's out there.
And Raven says, okay. Well, I suppose it's not the end of the day yet. You guys could use cover of darkness if you wanted to track tonight and not be spotted by whatever's probably out there. Or you could probably go in the morning. But regardless, I'm grateful for what all of you did to help my village. and to protect my people. And once we're out of this mess, I will pay you all back in kind. We owe you. And she says, after that, she says, if you guys decide to leave tonight, please come back in the morning. Otherwise, I would recommend, if you don't leave tonight, leaving at first light or before first light, so you can use the twilight to your advantage. But I need to check on my people.
I'm going tonight.
Huh?
Oh, I'm going tonight.
I have dark vision. I can go with you.
Okay.
I think I do too, so.
You should.
I do.
Bugbear does?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Caliber does Elf. I don't know if the Minotaur does.
I can't see anything at night.
Okay, he blind as bat. I like it.
Yes.
And he's the survival dude. Woo! Yay, Navigator.
I say we go in the morning and face them head on.
You're kind of big. I think it would be a little. I can go unseen a little better.
As you guys are
By
standing at
myself.
the same height, lengthy bugbear, and big bulky Minotaur.
yeah, but I'm a little stealthier, we'll say.
Okay. I mean, it's true. You have natural
For
stuff.
being stealth.
Yeah, it's your guys' decision as a party what you'd like to do. You guys can talk amongst yourselves as long as you want. But as she finishes, she says, you have to excuse myself and Becklin. We have to check on Derek and the rest of the people. We're grateful for your help, especially Calabar. Thank you for helping them. And they step out. As they begin to step out, Bakaris slams the door open as she unlatches it and starts to yell, "What is the meeting about? What happened out there? How dare you not involve me in all of this?" Screaming at Raven.
I got my bow drawn. Or actually, I drew my short swords this time because I heard my alarm go off.
You hear someone in the background, "Don't drop him."
Oh, God.
So he sees you with your swords out, and his face turns a little pale, but he doesn't back down. You can tell that he doesn't think much of Raven. He doesn't think much of Becklin. As far as he's concerned, you're all inept.
Yeah. Who the fuck are you?
And he says, "Better than you. I'm a noble. I should be in charge of this village. You guys are too stupid to lead them.
I didn't see
Look what you caused!" And he points at the village behind him that's still ambulatory.
I suggest you quiet down before I cut your tongue.
I'm gonna put my sword.
He recognizes you, so roll intimidation with advantage. He knows you're dangerous. He doesn't think shit about them.
Shit, where is that? I don't know how to use this.
Scroll to the side. Yep.
Yeah.
She's dangerous. She pulled a sword.
Keep trying.
With the net.
Little lump.
She made it. She made it.
Intimidation.
Put him in a rage.
Yep.
So,
He killed a door.
Exactly.
Master tactician.
so I got 12.
Okay. So he
Wait, you got advantage.
roll a second one.
Oh, I got
You guys have
second.
advantage. Advantage is 2d20.
Oh, 2d20.
Yeah.
Just roll it again.
Just roll again.
Yep.
15.
15.
16, sorry.
So he looks at you, his face pales a little bit. He doesn't swallow. He doesn't try to show any outward sign that he's officially been scared off a little bit. But he doesn't lower his voice at all. He says, "I'm better than all of you. Don't you dare keep me out from these meetings again." And he turns around and walks back towards his house.
Alright. So I'm gonna put my swords away.
Magic missile.
Nah, I got thaumaturgy. So,
Okay.
and it's cantrip. So
Okay.
I'm gonna use all of that shit.
To
Just
do
booming voice and be like, "Where the fuck were you whenever everyone was dying? If you deserve to lead this people, and well, why weren't you out there while Raven was out there fighting? You ain't shit."
So he turns around.
Windows banging, lights flickering, booming voice, the whole Gandalf shtick.
So he turns around and he draws his longsword and he walks up to you and threateningly points it underneath your chin and simply says, "You ever threaten me again, I will end you. You are nothing and you don't belong here." And he drops it and he walks out.
Okay, that's fine. Because I was about to make a mistake probably. 'Cause I was about to try and disarm this dude.
Yeah, that would have been roll for initiative real quick.
But
You get the sense, you two, and you already know because you've been there, that between Bakaris the older and the younger, Bakaris the older is the larger threat of the two. When it comes to politics and stances, he's not afraid to do something, whereas his son is probably the more violent of the two, based off this interaction. This is your first real interaction with them, so you're still not sure yet. Meanwhile, he's been threatening him with a rusted mace, saying it's blood. So.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So, but yeah, he walks out. He sheaths his longsword and proceeds to his house, pissed, grumbling, and you hear the words inept, idiots, moronic, and better as he begins to walk away.
Well, like, you're just gonna let him stick a sword at you like that?
Nah, he's gone. We don't need him here right now.
I apologize.
Who was that, anyways?
I apologize for the nobles that we have in our area.
You
Quite
would,
arrogant.
you would know that he's not originally from here. He just immigrated like 2 years ago. So him and his son aren't originally from Vogler. They're from a different town. I can get the information on it once I've told you backstory stuff.
Okay.
And they think you guys are all just backwoods idiots. Even if you're smarter and better at certain things, they just consider it dumb luck. So they're like the town arrogant assholes.
So I'm just gonna be like, I guess they don't teach nobles how to fish nowadays.
That's the older, not the younger. The older wasn't at the fishing tournament.
No, because you said the mayor is who's the best fisherman.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously he's not the mayor. He's the best fisherman.
He's not, but he doesn't even hear you. He's not even around.
No, I said like them.
Okay.
Because when she mentions he's noble.
Okay.
I feel
Whatever.
like I need to take a level in Rogue to steal this dude's shit.
I want to.
I like it, Picasso. Okay, so as a group, what do you guys decide to do? Raven and Declan apologize for him and have left. They're no longer in the room.
I never liked the bastard, so whatever you guys want to do, I'm for it.
Oh, I'm not. I don't even know the guy. Whoa!
He was on board to do
Slow
that.
calm down a little bit.
Murder! I like
I
murder.
think we should be trying to scout out and see what evidence we can before anything that might be out there is
I
covered
like
up.
where your head's at.
I don't even know this guy. I'm
Cal-
trying
Change
to
his
kill him.
class to rogue.
Calvin will walk behind the bar and prepare drinks for the four of us.
Okay. So he's pouring you guys drinks. You're all shooting the breeze. You're talking shit about Picard's, even though he's not in the room. He's putting her sword at your throat. She's saying, "Let's kill him," and he's. I don't know what you're doing yet.
I'm gonna go walk out the back to the outhouse.
You check out the damage.
I give him a roadie bucket.
That's what?
A roadie bucket.
A roadie
Just tied
bucket.
around my neck.
Yep.
I am chaotic. I could go rob him.
I mean, you could do
No,
what you
I.
That's a whole other side quest I have to build.
No.
So-
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna. I mean, I don't know if y'all are coming, but I think we should go tonight. I think I can be pretty stealthy. It'd be a good time to go.
Are you still?
But I also
are you still in the
think
room? Have you already left while you're saying this?
I already left.
Okay.
I also think we need to leave. We, can't leave these people undefended. So I think it's better if only one or two of us go.
I'll go.
And from what I hear, you know the area, so.
I feel like y'all might need some healing at some point. Hopefully not, but in any case,
Better safe than
it's
sorry.
nice to have an extra pair of hands or eyes or
Mace.
Well, we know the town's taken care of if any doors attack, so.
And he does it.
I feel like you should come with us.
And then you can put target on doors. It'll be fine.
Where's he at?
He's walked out back towards the shed with his roadie bucket.
Oh my god.
Oh god, he went towards the shed. Maybe we should go.
But you guys didn't notice. I don't think you were too
Okay.
close.
We saw him just go out.
Yeah,
we
you
were
don't-
still
yeah.
discussing, and he just left a little bit.
Exactly.
What time is it?
It's getting close to 10 o'clock at night. You guys, if you're going to go tonight, you think you could probably be there and back by dawn the next day.
If we leave now, or do we have some time?
You have some time.
Okay. Yeah,
You could prep some gear before you left
Yeah.
should you want to.
Dude, is there like a chest? Do we have chests in our rooms or anything?
Just the gear you brought with you.
No, I mean like an empty chest that we can like
Like a
store
Foot
stuff.
Locker.
Sure. You have
Yeah,
a foot
foot
locker. You say chest, I think gear. Like
No.
Uh.
I think. Well, is there a lock on it already, and we just get a key
Sure.
type deal? All right. And then I think I'm gonna stow my, that axe.
The great axe.
Yeah. And the spear in my foot locker. The heavy stuff.
Foot locker.
He goes to close it.
It's like a bag of holding. Yeah.
He goes to close it, and the head's just sticking out. Dink.
Actually,
dink,
well,
dink.
you know what? I'll remove the head. Well, I don't know that it's precious metal, so I'll put
It's
steer.
just steel.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's precious in the
Put
area,
it
like you
under-
said. So I'll put it under my bed.
Yeah.
So you,
Yeah.
as a whole, based off the history of the area post Cataclysm, you would all know that bronze and silver, or not bronze and silver, bronze and or copper and steel, sorry, are sought after metals because it's hard to come by. So you would already know that.
Okay, I would remove the spearhead,
Okay.
put it in the foot locker, put my broken spearhead in the locker, and then the axe.
The axe head or the whole axe?
How big's the axe?
It's a great axe.
Yeah.
So it like the head is bolted into the haft,
Yeah.
and it's got a wedge at the top. So
Put it in the mattress then if it doesn't fit.
okay.
And then lock my door.
So you take this great axe, you flip up your bed, and you try to shove it underneath, and as you close it, the bed is just it's kind of spilling over the great axe a little bit, and the butt is sticking out the bottom end of the bed. But you manage to get underneath there, it just doesn't necessarily look like it's hitting too well.
You know what? Just
So-
take it with me.
If
I ain't leaving my shiny new axe, my
If
shiny
you-
loot.
Well, you get the feeling that if you leave items in your room, it will still be there when you get
Okay,
back.
then I'll leave it. Yeah, I'll just leave.
Even
Okay,
if it
I'll leave some
looks
items in there.
awkward underneath the bed. So,
They'll never see.
right. Okay. So what happens while he's doing his thing? You guys notice him leave. You guys do anything inside? You still drinking?
Drinking and chatting.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll say some time passes. What do they see from you as you come back in? Do you say anything? Do you do anything? They notice your roadie's half empty now. Just saying.
You just went out to drink.
Yes.
So
I just went out to drink.
okay.
That's
So,
all.
do you guys want to talk at all, or do you guys have you guys made your decision as a party what you're doing?
I'm willing to go scout by myself and see what is around. We need it.
I mean, if you all just want to go scouty.
I think if we wait till morning, we're just risking that if there is anything, it's more higher chance that it's gone. And with, possibly what we got in the letter, there's possibly more troops and stuff coming. So maybe we should get there and get back quicker, so we can, in case we're needed here.
Just the Mentor can't see.
I'm gonna take the rest of my roadie bucket and just chug it and slam it on the bar and say, "Let's go."
All right.
How many of those
Minotaurs
leaders
really
have?
can't-
I was gonna
Minotaurs
say I'll
can't-
stay here with you, but
How many?
Minotaurs don't have dark vision.
Because they have that labyrinthian sense where they always know what direction they're going. They get
So then
advantage.
they don't need that.
He does, but the problem is he doesn't need to see in the dark,
but-
but he can navigate in the dark. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean he can't see people
But he
ambushing.
knows
see
where he's
enemies-
going, just
enemies
not
and stuff.
What's
where he's
happening.
walking.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I have a tinderbox.
how many of those leader buckets have you had by any chance?
Well, that's probably the second one.
You had one when
How-
you got in.
in the course of a
one while
handful
you
of
were
hours, so
I
it's
think you had 3.
See,
you had
he
3.
saved you. He was like, it's been like 2 hours. He's at 2 hours.
He's kind of been
Okay.
sipping after the first one.
Okay, so we'll say you're not drunk. You feel it, but you're not feeling drunk. You are feeling raged, but
Okay,
Feeling
then there.
good.
okay. So you guys are gonna head out of town and go try and scout.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. You have any questions, or you just want to go?
I just want to try to get there, quickly, but be as stealthy as possible. Not stay off the roads.
Should we try and keep him close to one of us so that way he kind of sees that there's something in front that he might not be able to.
You can hold your pocket.
I'm gonna suggest.
He's gonna hold his short sword. What are you talking about?
Since you're the greatest scout around here and you know the area, I'm gonna suggest you scout ahead.
He's
Possibly.
taking it so personal.
Stay maybe 40. I what's my dark vision? 60 feet. So maybe stay within maybe.
Your range?
Yeah, maybe about 40 feet ahead of us.
Got it.
Scout ahead. Make sure we're not walking into anything.
As they say, watch your spacing.
I'll kind of scout. I'm not gonna.
What? What'd you say?
Watch your spacing. Military lingo, right?
Oh.
I'm gonna play it off I don't know how to do that stuff. So she needs a scout ahead. I'm just gonna kind of watch our back as we're traveling.
That's spy sharpening lifestyle. I like it.
Calabar would have been doffing his armor and stowing it upstairs to try to be a little quieter.
Merry Christmas. That's for you. Inspiration.
What are we
No,
doing with the
inspiration.
minutes?
It's underneath the
Is
white
somebody
thing.
gonna?
Underneath the
Yeah,
white,
I'll
underneath
stay-
the white,
I'll
underneath
stay
the white piece of paper.
with him.
Oh, okay, you're just
Behind
gonna
you
guide
guys.
me? Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna pull out my torch, but it's alright.
Okay.
You guys are
Um,
guiding me.
We'll just walk.
As you
near
start
each other.
discussing this, you feel shaking in your bag again.
Of course I do.
Do we notice this?
No. I gotta go, before we go, I gotta go take a little tinkle. I'm gonna...
Insight check now.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, let me go check it, go to my room real quick.
Bio. Okay.
So I'm gonna go up to my room,
Got by it.
and now I'm gonna open my bag in my room, lock door, then open the bag in my room,
Okay.
kind of maybe have my short sword out, you know, like...
Roll me investigation. I was gonna give you passive, but your passive investigation sucks. Roll it with advantage. Because you're aware there's something happening in your bag. Roll with advantage.
Oh, that's 17.
Okay, so you notice that shiny rock that's in your bag is shaking a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and you can start to see little cracks appearing on it, and something kind of smacking at the edge, or at the rock from the inside.
I don't even know what to do here. Is it... What level cracking? Just like minor cracking?
Minor cracking. It looks like, so if you look at a stone, it looks almost like surface cracks on stone.
So it looks like something tapping, but I can't tell if it's like... I still don't know what's...
You can tell.
I don't know what it is
You
now.
can tell
Yeah.
something's coming from inside of it. You don't know what it is, why it is, or how it is.
So it might be magic, could be anything.
Mhm.
Oh, well, I'm taking it with me. She said keep it on me, don't let it out of sight, so I'm gonna take it with me.
Okay.
Keep it in my bag, maybe get a blanket or something to wrap around it. Make
So-
sure it's not banging against stuff.
When you do this, are you setting it down to wrap it in the blanket?
On top of the bed, humped up from the great sword.
Okay. So as you set it down, as you set it down, you begin to wrap it. A very large thunk hits from the inside of the rock, and a very larger crack begins to open.
Um,
Are you trying to?
what's going on there? Like, what the fuck?
Roll your perception.
Ooh, 11.
So with your passive perception, you think you hear a noise coming from inside the rock.
I'm gonna hold it up and see if I can, like, see. Maybe hold it up to my ear, see if I can hear anything.
So you hold it up to your ear, and as you do that, another big thump from the inside of the rock hits, and a chunk of it blasts off the side.
Smack it in the face.
And it kind of bounces off your head and hits the ground. It doesn't hurt. And are you looking at the egg now? Or are you
No,
looking
I'm just holding it like this, and I'm just like,
Okay, so as you turn it, you realize that what you're holding is some type of egg, and this little reptilian head sticking out of the thing, looking at you, and it's like cawing. What color did you choose?
what, copper?
Copper. So as it's mewing a little bit, this like copperish stone, there's a little copper reptilian head looking at you, and it starts to, and you see little like, that's acid, right?
Yeah.
And you see little like drips of something coming off of its mouth and tongue as it does that.
What the fuck? So I know that there's been, from what I've seen, I'm obviously not trying to show this to people right now until I kind of figure what's going on.
Mm-hmm. As you say
know what?
that, another thump comes from inside, and another piece of this egg shatters off, and a little wing starts to stick out the side.
I'm just gonna try to peel the rest off, or I'm gonna, test the waters a little bit, see if it tries to bite or anything. See if I can touch it, and then try to maybe peel the egg off of it.
Are you looking at how to do it before you do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either roll me insight or medicine, whichever you prefer.
I'm not good at either of those. That's 10.
So you look at it, you start to kind of trace the cracks. Look at the large gaps in this egg now where this small brass reptilian creature is starting to pop out. And you think if you pull in a couple of certain places, you can remove more of the egg and help it get out.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, roll me Are you doing it with finesse, or are you just holding?
Yeah, easily. I'm trying to easily. I don't want to scare it.
Okay, so
Take a bit.
roll me a acrobatics check.
21.
So you managed to pull several pieces of the egg off, and there's just a little bit of egg left. But you reveal most of the chest. You realize that it's some type of flying lizard. It's got 4 small little stubby legs on the chest, a little bit of a lengthy neck with this little head, and then these 2 like wings are starting to flap a little bit, but it can't really take off.
So it kind of looks like the other things I saw just on
It
all
does, but it
fours.
doesn't look as humanoid. It looks more like a dog version.
Oh boy. I can't take it with me.
You're a dad now. You gotta figure it out.
I'm. So what? So I'm gonna try to see. Is it loud? Like it's just barely making noise.
It's cawing. It's not super loud, but it's cawing. It's noticeable.
Like
They can't hear it down the hallway, but you know it's loud enough to where if you were to leave the animal in the room and someone walked by, they're gonna hear it. And this thing is about the size of a cat. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I
No,
thought
it's
something
like
small, too.
it's like this. It's like a 1-year-old cat. It's big, but it's not massive.
So I can. You know what? Because I have the companion thing where I can give it orders, but I don't know that obviously. I'm just gonna like. So door's locked. I'm gonna try to make it a nest, like I put blankets in the chest, the foot locker that none of my stuff fit in.
So this thing's trying to imprint on you like like you're its mother, but it hasn't imprinted yet, so it doesn't listen to anything you tell it to do.
Good. So
Sorry, I rolled a nat 1. My bad, dude.
So I'm gonna put it in there, and then I'm still gonna sit in there and try to like keep putting it in there as it's calling out. And then I'm trying to think, maybe tie a rope around his neck,
Like a little
tie it to his
leash.
chest, like a little leash, fashion that up.
Harness.
And then
Just take care of someone up there.
What tools are you proficient with?
thieves
Not
tools.
sure.
These tools?
Yeah, so climbing tools pretty
Trees,
much. And a rope. And then if I have any food, I'm gonna see if it wants food.
You have rations.
If
If you have rations,
I think I do.
You could leave you think you could leave a ration, and it should be fairly well fed until you get back.
Yeah, that's what I have 1 day of rations. So
Well, you should have. It's worth 1 day, but it'll say quantity next to
20 pound, 10 of them.
it. So you have 10. You remove 1, you'll have 9 rations.
Wait, is it 10?
Yeah, you should probably have 10 if it's starter
Yeah,
equipment.
quite 10. So yeah, 10 rations. So yeah, I'm gonna make a little leash, put it in there. Maybe try to put my. Is no windows in the room? Is it just?
There's a single window that looks outside,
Okay.
but there are like wooden shutters, so you can reach and close.
Close those.
Are you gonna try and bond with it at all before you leave, or are you just telling it sit, stay, wait?
I'm gonna try to pet it, calm it down, like try to reason with it, and be like, hey, I need you.
Roll me animal
Can't-
handling at advantage.
Can't deal with this right now.
Animal handling at advantage.
16 plus 2, 18.
So you, as you're talking to it, it looks like it's starting to imprint on you. It's starting to listen. It's cooing less. It's starting to eat this ration out of your hand. But you're also kind of holding it on one arm, and it kind of stretches down the length of your arm, and its head is in your hand, and you're feeding it. And its wings are starting to flap a little bit more. You think that if you do all this, it will probably stay, but you're not sure. You get the feeling that these creatures kind of have a mind of their own, even if they imprint on you.
Well, there's only at that point. I guess the only thing I can do is I'm gonna go. Close the door for a second. Like, I'm gonna go get him
Okay.
because he seems like the most trustworthy. I don't know if this is a good idea.
Hey, you do you, boo boo.
Well, no, Becklin knows about it. So is Becklin? Would I even be able to go get her? They'd obviously notice me leaving.
Becklin and Raven both left.
Yeah, I don't know where they're at.
You know that they're checking on the villagers throughout town. You're not sure what part of town they're in.
And I can't get this up here.
As you're saying this, you start to hear the little thing that's laying on your arm. It's like trying to speak almost, but it's like a raspy, almost like grinding rock.
Yeah.
But at like a high pitch.
Okay.
And you think you can almost understand what it's saying, although you've never heard this language.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's saying "dada."
Of course it is. So.
Papa.
You don't know my gender.
Well, I have heard the language.
You've heard the language, but you can understand what it's saying now.
Yeah. So.
It sounds like the things you heard in the camp.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be like. Say that again.
And it says, "Papa."
Do you understand me?
Of course.
Oh boy.
Say hereby.
I got pretty much it. So a lot of people just died, and I gotta go do something for a couple hours.
And this thing goes, "Food."
Like, if I leave some food and some blankets for you, are you able to stay in this room, be quiet until I get back?
Only talking like one words at a time because it still doesn't. It's still young, right? It's like freshly hatched. So it just says dead food.
Okay, I'm giving food.
Dead food.
Oh, dead food.
Dead food.
Oh, God.
Rations or dead food?
I go put it in the shack.
Argonis!
No.
And then it says, leave, don't. Leave, don't.
Oh.
I don't even know what. I'm gonna have to trust him, I guess, because you know what? I know about Takisas. He knows about Takisas. So he obviously.
Well, you recognize the symbol and you've heard the name Takesis,
yeah.
but you're not sure what or who Takesis is outside of the leader of that army you were spying on.
But out of all the people I've met here, he seems like the most trustworthy. He seems like the most in knowledge to me. So
Old as shit.
yeah, exactly. He's old as shit. He's been on adventures. So I'm gonna. Sir, how far away is he? Can I just yell down the hall?
You could probably yell in the hall near here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna yell down like, "Hey, what's your?"
Are you sticking your head out?
Calabar.
Are you sticking your head out? Or
Hey, Calabar, can you come here a second? I didn't talk to you.
And the little thing in your
Right.
arm starts to say, "Dad, take with."
Maybe he needs a hand.
He might, yeah. I don't have prestidigitation, but I'm coming.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of open the door, hide that arm behind the door as he comes in.
You can tell he's being a little weird.
Yeah.
Like something's clearly off.
Yeah.
What's up, my guy?
So I'm gonna close the door.
Hello.
Yeah.
And you.
So before you do anything,
as you do that, and you're looking, you see you hear like that cooing, and then you hear that grinding, gravelly, high pitched like marbles, almost like skating together voice, and it says again, "Take with, Dad."
Yeah.
And you hear it, you understand it.
Yeah.
You hear it. You're like, "What the fuck is that?"
So before you do anything, let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
So I'm essentially gonna tell him what I already know.
If you want, you can show him the
Yeah.
that word note if you don't want to tell the group. Otherwise, you can pull it up on
It
Discord.
don't matter if they hear it as long as they. I don't think they're gonna metagame it.
Yeah.
So essentially, I was a spy working for.
Rage.
Nice.
That's a
Sonia. I want to say Sidonia. Sonia. And then, so
He's
I
not
was spying for them because of all the rumors about the towns getting taken over, and I joined up with a army that was over there as a spy, pretending to be a scout for them. And then, while doing that, I saw a lot of draconic-looking beings. Serpentine, I guess you could say, because that's from the Cinder Dragons. And while they had, Takesis. I've heard about Takesis, all the stuff, the symbol, all that. I'll tell you, I know all that. And while I was there, I found there was this hut where they were storing these shiny rocks. There was a dark cleric, that was always guarding the tent, and these serpentine, scaly humanoids would come in and out of the tent constantly. Eventually, I saw my in to sneak in and see, and I saw
Shiny stones.
Metallic
shiny stones everywhere.
I wasn't making it anywhere, so I stole one, and I left, and I was supposed to report to Callagate and
Lord, that same Lord that you guys found dead is the one he's supposed to report to. But he doesn't know he's dead.
Yeah.
So
I was supposed to report to
Lord
this guy in this town. The
Vogler?
Cala. No, the other.
Becklin?
Starts with K.
he was supposed to report to him in Kalma.
Yeah, Calamon. And but because I couldn't get there, this was the next nearest town where a knight of Salonia was, so I came here to report to Becklin, who I had a little knowledge of.
And
Showed
full of things to unpack.
I showed her this. I showed her the stone. She told me to keep it on me, and then that's when all the events happened. And it just turned out to be an egg of whatever this is, and it's talking to me, and I know what it's saying.
How many more eggs were there?
Oh, there was a lot.
You can ask me if you want.
How many?
There was about 7 more eggs of different metallic colors.
So 7 more eggs, different metallic colors. The copper looking. So
You would know that they were bringing eggs in and out.
Yeah.
Often, and there were continuously these humanoid things coming out, and sometimes they wouldn't go in, they would just come out. So.
You've seen these creatures before.
Mm-hmm.
They made up an army.
Yes. It was where I was. There was an army of about 1,000 humanoids, not necessarily all, various
But they
people
were
from tribes.
They were all wearing the same black and red
lizard,
armor.
the black and red armor with the symbol with the 5 claw with different colors.
Can we go upstairs and see what's taking them so long?
You guys can try and spy through the door if you'd like and eavesdrop.
Can I use stealth?
Sure. Roll me a stealth check.
It's concerning. First, congratulations.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
Second,
I rolled an 18.
1.5.
Okay.
Becklin said to keep it close. I would still keep it close.
So I can hit it.
Let's wait for him to say something.
These creatures, I don't know how to tell you this. Lord that you were supposed to meet, he was killed by a band of these creatures.
Oh.
That's kind of where I met our Minotaur friend downstairs, and the
Level
other ones
3.
that are sleeping right now.
Oh, it wasn't updated for me.
Trying to save Lord.
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Show
sorry
the
to
screen.
say that
You're good.
he's
I said that.
no longer around. And number after the number I just said, these creatures are from a time before the cataclysm. They kind of disappeared for a while. And it seems like they're being brought back. From what my understanding is,
You guys actively eavesdropping?
Yes.
Okay.
I use my stealth to get to this so that they'll hear me.
Roll me perception with
Also,
advantage since you're stealth.
I
outside the
did
door.
not. Seems like the same language they were speaking. I didn't understand it, but now I do.
it might be a baby one of those. These creatures, can I remember if they were naturally born or made? with them after the cataclysm and them disappearing, and then now it seems there's a resurgence.
So they remind you of Dragonborn. The Draconians you've
Yeah.
seen remind you of Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Whereas the difference is the Draconians have wings where Dragonborns don't. You would know that Dragonborn are naturally born, right, like that.
Yeah.
But you don't think Draconian are made naturally the same way.
That's what I was getting at.
And then you would assume that these eggs, wherever they came from, are potentially being corrupted, but you're not sure.
Yeah.
Because of your religion and
Been
thesis and all
around
that other
bush.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mainly because you're proficient in religion, but
I think letting someone know that these things are out and about and making a resurgence on not a good side of war, maybe something to tell someone. I'm not sure exactly what level we would need to tell, but going back to your family.
what did you roll?
Got 11 and 21.
The 21 works, so everything that's being said inside the room you're hearing.
Oof.
So everything that's been said you have heard.
God, she's evil.
And can I repeat it back to the Minotaur?
How are you saying it?
Loudly.
She did roll like high as shit on stealth though. So
I should have set my alarm in immediately when this happened. I was too flustered.
the alarm wouldn't have mattered. She hasn't opened the door.
Yeah, but I would have set outside the door.
Still probably wouldn't have triggered depending on how you said it, but it's not a big deal. How are you relaying the information to him?
So, I'm at the door, and where are you?
I would assume I was kind of like close behind you.
Are you stealthed?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, he made a stealth check.
She made a stealth check.
I-
But did he make a stealth check?
I don't
to the
think
door?
he did. Roll me
No,
stealth. Roll me stealth.
I'm gonna fuck this whole
Oh
thing
my
up.
god, no!
He stumbles. We hear it outside.
He's not wearing armor though, so it's not a big deal.
No!
13.
That's not bad.
Hold on. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception.
You think you're not sure, but you think something might be outside the door. You don't recognize anything.
I'm pressed against the door listening. So.
Well, he thinks he hears something. He's not sure what it is.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know if there's anything out there, but he gets the feeling something might be.
Okay.
And then how are you telling him all the information you're hearing? You're whispering? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll say that you guys aren't hearing anything she's saying. You just get the feeling there's something
Yeah.
around. It's like your spidey
Because
sense.
they wouldn't have got there for the whole thing anyways. Because
No.
we were talking for a while before.
So
They
what
would
did
have
he-
heard
Sorry.
about the last 4 minutes of conversation, not the full of it, but the last 4 minutes or so.
Probably about talking about the
The report.
Draconians and
But not necessarily about.
Not the full report, but they would have heard about the Draconians. They would have heard about the amount of eggs and shiny stones. And they probably would have been hearing the cooing talking to you and the gravelly, like, marbly voice. Because it's still doing that to you, the whole conversation you're having.
or
with them.
the individuals that were with.
I was gonna pet it the whole time.
They fought with us, minus the 3 that are sleeping. So you, me, and the Minotaur. He did well. He protect. He attack.
Door. He did break the inn door.
It's in my years of comings and goings, there's certain types of people that you can inherently attempt to trust. I think he is along those lines. Natalia, we just met. I've rolled around with Becklin for a handful of years.
Oh.
And Cudgel and the Ispin who had just passed away. She's good people. If she vouches for Natalia.
That's with an M.
Yeah.
M?
Yeah.
Matalia.
Oh, okay. Let me change my notes actually then. Okay. There.
Okay.
Matalia. if Becklin vouches for Matalia, honestly, I feel like that's good enough for me. We're kind of on the losing end of a battle here, and the more we have close to us, the better. Speaking of close, keep it close.
Well, I'm in a situation where I've been with a enemy army for a hot minute, so I don't really have anyone I can trust right now. So I kind of have to.
You trust me?
I gotta trust who I can.
Don't forget that little bit about your backstory about getting you actually ran off.
Huh?
Don't forget you got ran off from the camp because they caught you stealing.
So I was saying I remember I said I snuck out and then I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because I originally I grabbed it and snuck out.
Well, yeah. So the problem is the camp that camp has very active and perceptive patrols. Roll me here. This is what we'll do.
Okay.
Roll me a stealth check with advantage.
I was gonna say I can just.
I'm being generous with the advantage tonight.
That is a 10 plus 5, 15.
We'll say you made it past the different groups, so you didn't get caught. You'll be fine.
Or. But would I have still seen those people in the
patrols?
those things in there?
The patrols?
Because you hold on.
I'm just referring to you leaving.
Yeah. Oh. I'll let you just read this, but because you had dragon folk. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't specify what they were. I just said dragon folk.
So yeah, but you can try too.
That's his background.
Yeah.
I'll shoot it to you.
Okay.
Or he can just send it to you on Discord. It's there.
Can you keep it here? I feel like if we're going out to where we're going to be going, and there's more. I don't know.
I feel like with it making noise, it's a liability. Is it getting more?
It's starting to talk more. Has. You can tell that the creature has a very inherent intelligence.
Has it been listening to the conversation actively?
It understands him perfectly. He knows exactly what he's saying. And is it a he or she? How do you?
No,
it's a he. He can understand everything, and he isn't really inputting in the conversation. He's being quiet because baby, respect Papa.
Yeah.
But he has his own free will. No, they don't. You can tell that it has its own free will.
Yeah.
But it respects you to a degree because it has imprinted on you.
Yeah.
But it understands everything he said.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to talk to it again.
Yeah, of course.
And be like, "Hey, dangerous. Not in here is dangerous."
And it'll look at you, and its head will kind of come up and turn, just look at you while its body's still laying down your arm. And you see this happening, and it's like listening to Parcel Tongue in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And the creature will look at you, and it'll say, "You don't have to talk so slow, Dad. I understand."
Okay.
And it'll say, "Of course, but if you just put me in your bag, I'll keep quiet while we're out."
You know what?
Like, duh.
What'd you just say to me? Did you just learn an entire language in 5 minutes?
Like I said, this thing is inherently intelligent. It learns quickly.
So, it's like this big.
Mm-hmm. And it's looking at you. Its head's kind of like tilting and back and forth, almost like a,
Are you sure you can be quiet?
And
no movement, no sound, no matter what. We're gonna be sneaking around.
And your little pet says, "Well, if you give me a name, I might listen better."
Oh, let's see what they're
Bougie.
Bougie? So bougie and drip. Okay.
Yeah, just because he brought up there, so
listening, and I'm like, now I want to see why I'm hearing a third voice.
So you don't recognize it as a voice. You recognize it as like some weird gargling.
Oh.
Like you recognize it as a language.
Okay.
And you can sense there's some type of conversation going on, but you don't know what it is. If you want to try to bust in the room, by all means, bust in the room.
I think we can probably trust the ones we're with.
okay. I have to trust your judgment right now.
Toward the door.
You see her with her ear like this to the door, and she just falls in, and his head just peeks around like this, and the horns are like. You guys both see this thing on his arm looking at him, and its head turns as it sees you at the ground, and just looks down.
What the hell
fuck
is
is
that?
How much you hear?
About as much as we need to know, so start
Eggs,
explaining
draconians.
why
And-
you have it.
And they're talking at such a loud voice that you're lucky there's no one else in the tavern currently.
Eat inside. Jesus.
Jesus in
Close the
there.
door behind him.
All right. We're just gonna retell them everything. And
Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
for me, yeah.
Well, we
so-
heard most of it.
Yeah. And this thing, Bougie sticks its head up again. Its like tongue is flicking out a little bit, and like the acid's kind of dripping off
Oh
its
my
tongue.
God.
And you can see the floor underneath it where it drips is starting to to actually dissolve. And it says they look like nice people, but you guys all hear this craggly voice you've been hearing
Just
before.
recoil back.
and it's
What does it say?
and its head just kind of rears up as it's dripping. So you get the feeling that you're not sure what the hell it just said, but you see the floor and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's just looking at it like, oh, you.
Is that acid on the floor?
He did say you look tasty. What I say in a joking manner.
And its head snaps. He's like, I didn't say that. And its head looks back at you guys, all nervous, back and forth all of a sudden.
Nah, he's friendly. He's
Okay.
friendly. But yeah, that looks like acid. No, I'm
You
Just
might
make
want
sure
to get
you-
that handled.
Keeps it in his mouth.
Last thing you want is on you.
yeah. Is there like
So it's dripping on you a little bit, but it's not hurting you at all.
What?
So the damage that the creature does isn't going to damage him.
Oh. Okay.
so? Anyone else want to see if it works?
And the dragon starts smacking it with its wing. Just a little bit.
All right.
So are you ready to?
Yeah, I
This
at
skeleton
this,
mission
you know
roll?
what? I can't say more. Let's get the hell out of
Yeah.
here.
What time is it in the?
It's about
yeah.
10:30 at night. If you guys leave now, you can make it back just after dawn,
Perfect. Yeah.
depending on how well you guys navigate the darkness with a bowl I can't see.
I'm gonna put some of my rations in a separate pouch before I put this thing in my bag. Maybe put a blanket in there, to make it a little softer spot, and try to conceal it under my cloak.
Sure. And are you telling it? Are you putting it in
Yeah,
there?
tell them
It just
hey,
slithers down off your arm and gets in, sticks its little head up out of the bag, and looks.
perfect.
So.
And I don't want the Minotaur getting lost, so I tie rope around him and hold it so that he knows where to go.
I'm getting real bullfight vibes here, guys.
You know what?
Should we roll for rage or?
Well, I'll take that since you're scouting ahead.
Okay.
You don't have message by any chance, do you?
I do.
Okay. Sorry, just thinking out loud.
Sorry.
Okay, so you guys are heading out.
So
Are you
you-
stopping anywhere, or are you just going straight through?
I think we wasted a lot of time trying to figure out
Yeah.
what the fuck was on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it took off.
We'll go out.
Okay. So you guys make it to the gates of Vogler. You make it out the gates of Vogler, and we pull up.
Sneaky.
As you guys are walking out, your little follower's head is kind of sticking up still in the bag, just barely, so he can see. But it's like underneath the flap of the bag. And occasionally you get like double takes because they're not sure if they see something or not. And as they double take, the head disappears. Like your pet just kind of knows to whoop it back and forth. So he's turtling, and you can hear like this little like mimicking laugh from your bag, but it doesn't sound like a laugh. It sounds like the whole time.
What are you doing back there?
It just ignores you and keeps laughing. So,
Alright. Oh, this is a bad idea. Just gonna say it under my breath.
and you can hear it saying, "No, Dad, they won't see me." You're good. Oh shit! Where's the map? Calendar region. Okay. Yeah.
We're here, so we're going up here.
Yeah. So we'll say you guys have left. You made it to High Hill. It's been about an hour. Actually, we'll say it's about 45 minutes. You're all fairly refreshed. You guys should have full health and all spell slots, unless you've used any. You used.
Well, I got hurt
Yeah.
by the door.
If you guys
Yeah.
got hurt by the door, that's different.
Yeah.
I'll retcon. Did you guys want to use a quick short rest before you left?
Probably would have gotten that.
Yeah, you guys probably would have gotten a short rest. So if you'd like to use a hit die, you can use a hit die up to your amount that you
Yeah,
have.
do
You
that.
should have 3 hit die, if I'm not
Put
mistaken.
in a little campfire.
Short rest.
I'm,
So click the campfire.
oh, we're short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can
recover,
use.
automatically apply healing with die result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ranger hit die 1d10 plus 12.
Yep.
So hit strike short crest.
Mm-hmm. So that should give you back health points, but she can take you back to full.
No, that's still the same.
So you guys have made it to
okay.
High Hill. You are at the aftermath of the battle. As you were traveling down the road, you had passed Derek and Becklin. They didn't really pay you much attention. They were more focused on the corpses they were hauling.
Oh, that's like...
You could tell that Darrett's persona kind of went from the young man that was excited and ready and roaring, always going, to more solemn and focused.
Good.
Slightly battle hardened.
Needs it.
And they just merely kind of nodded like a wish of well and proceeded to town. And you guys are at you guys are just past High Hill. And you remember that Gargano said the woods to the northeast.
So she's scouting ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching the rear with him tied to me. And you're somewhere.
Glass cannons in the middle.
Yep.
Glass cannon being
Yeah.
him or you? Which
Him.
one?
Both of us.
I don't know. He took out a door, so
Yeah.
Well, made of glass.
that's true.
I don't have a lot.
Yeah, he's hard to hit.
Yeah,
So, can I roll to see what I see in front of me?
you can roll me a survival check.
You can click the button. Click the little.
This?
You can click the little box. There's a
Oh.
roll for you.
Okay, I got 18.
Okay, so you managed to find some footprints, and they track more to the west than to the east than you'd expect.
Okay.
As you look closer at them, you see boot prints, almost like from a humanoid type creature, as well as clawed feet. Bipedal clawed feet, though. It doesn't look as though it was four-legged.
So she relays that to us.
She did? Did you?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
say what I'm seeing, and then.
Okay.
Is that it's so that's at like the quarter mile from like right around the area it should be.
It's
we're looking-
around the area. They head to the west.
Sounds-
And they're fairly prominent boot prints. They haven't been worn.
Okay, because never mind.
So,
So,
So
what do you guys think? Think we should go back? I don't think we can just. How much time do we have? Will we if we follow them at all? Will we?
it's about midnight.
Do we have time to
You said
follow them a
if
little
we-
bit?
You said if we went and came back, we'd be able to get back by dawn.
By dawn.
Yeah.
Dawn just after.
Does that so from the camp portion?
The whole trip. You should be okay.
Okay.
If you guys take longer, it'll probably be just after dawn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Early
think
morning.
we should kind of follow them, see if they go off into our direction before we head back?
We're already here. Scout found it. Might as well keep going.
So did you point out the boot prints to all of them too?
Yeah, I just.
I'm actively trying to perceive them.
So you would recognize the clawed feet prints as the same type you saw at the camp.
Okay.
Lauren.
I'm gonna try to maybe like take some of my rope, cut off little pieces, and kind of hide them so landmarks for the next day.
So you can find the trail back?
Yeah, so we can find our trail back, and the next day we can hopefully pick up the trail again if we lose it for some reason.
Roll me a survival check. Is anybody helping you do this?
I don't think so, but I got a terrible survival check. So
I can
So-
assist.
hey, help!
Okay, I'll assist.
That's why I asked, because I had a feeling he was going to fuck it.
I switched die. Why'd I switch die?
19.
Okay. So with his help, you managed to fasten almost like Hansel and Gretel breadcrumbs of cloth the entire way.
The guy can't even fucking see.
So
Did it?
and
He's good at maneuvering.
that
Feel.
he's got that labyrinthian direction, baby. He's good.
He's good.
So
Alright.
okay. So you guys are following these footprints? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
about as far as we can,
We're going west.
so we can get back.
it's heading more west than east than you'd expect.
Oh, west.
So
Yeah,
he
I was
met
wondering.
him to the northeast, but the tracks lead
It's
west.
like
Okay,
this
okay.
way.
Yeah. So you guys follow them, and it takes you up this way a little bit, about 1.5 miles, 2 miles. And you are come to this copse of trees.
That is not where the armies are.
So you come to this copse of trees, and you manage to come up on this rise, okay? And as you reach the top of the rise, you see through a break in the forest, probably about 1/2 mile away, a very large camp with several tents, bustling. It seems well organized. You can count close to 1,000, if not over 1,000 individuals. They all look humanoid. You recognize the symbols and the tent and the camp itself.
Wouldn't everyone recognize the symbols now, though?
Yeah,
Because I explained to them what...
She would now, because she's never seen it.
But I explained it all to them,
You
so...
explained it, but she hasn't physically seen the symbol unless you showed her the paper.
Okay.
So if you showed her the paper, she'd have seen it.
Yeah, I would assume I'd show the paper.
Okay.
I mean, we're telling her everything at that point, so...
So you guys all see the symbol of Takesis. You recognize it as the Red Army camp. Yeah.
How is their camp settled?
How is it settled?
Where is their point of release? Like,
Well, how do they egress? And
if they were going to go somewhere
they would come out to...
in our direction,
They would come out to the east and south. So towards Vogler. That is the main camp entrance in and out.
thinking of that,
Blow it up!
and what I know about Vogler, or what I've seen about Vogler, I don't know a whole shit ton. Because
She
Vogler
would.
was leaning over to Matalia.
Matalia.
It looks like they're poised to head to Vogler. Can Vogler withstand a siege like this?
I want to say no. Especially with everything that's happened. We don't have defenses for it.
Okay, and then Calabar will just take a step back, close his eyes, and he'll cast message
Okay.
to beckon.
Okay.
What can I call this army? That
base-
she would recognize, or that we would have in common knowledge,
Red Dragon Army, because that's what I would have told her.
He would have given her all
Yeah,
that
I'd agree
information.
from that.
and you would have told
Yeah.
me
Yeah, I
that
already-
during the
yeah,
when we
'cause I
talked
told
about
you
the murder,
everything.
actually said Red Dragon. Okay,
Yeah, I
good.
told you everything.
Red Dragon Army.
And then you,
And that
based
same
off
one
of
that
your trip, you
I
know
was
it's
with.
roughly 3.5, 4 miles from Vogler.
Red Dragon Army posted 3.5 miles northwest.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands. Vogler screwed. Get everyone out now.
Okay. So you shoot that message to her.
Mhm.
She receives it, and you guys aren't sure what she does with it because she can't cast message back.
She can respond to message.
Can she respond to message?
Pretty sure.
Okay, we'll say she does. So she responds. She says, "Thank you. Going to Raven now."
Okay.
And then the last part of the message says, "Return as soon as you can."
Oh, I already know where this is going.
Is that table talk or is that like?
No, it's just
Okay.
outside.
Okay. So as you guys are watching this camp, you can see the torchlight of several patrols circling probably about 300 meters out from the camp's borders. They seem to be very, very vigilant. You can just follow them almost like fireflies. And they're probably spaced out about 50 to 100 meters in between. It looks like they are ready and poised and they are not messing around.
I think we need to leave and help everyone else. Help everyone retreat from town.
Or hear me out. We could steal all the eggs.
Release you.
Now that we got these.
And your dragon comes out of comes out of your bag and crawls up your body and like wraps around your neck, and it just kind of flicks its head up and its wings kind of flap a little bit and goes, I like that idea.
Can we send him to steal eggs?
Huh?
Can we send the dragon to steal eggs for us?
No. He's my precious.
Bougie just kind of frills a little bit.
I think there's too many of them for us to sneak past.
You might be right. I barely escaped.
If we were to tip them off, they would attack now.
You barely escaped.
Yeah, I barely escaped last time. Maybe you're right. But it's so tempting.
As you guys are talking about this, you begin to see a set of torches getting closer towards your location. They're probably about 200 meters out.
Of course he can't see.
Okay,
We'll say 300 feet.
Well, he can see the torches.
Yeah, they're about 600 feet away. 200 meters, 600 feet. So.
Should we try and sneak out of
We're
here?
gonna, let's
go.
slither on out.
I hate you so much right now.
Head back and start helping with the evacuation.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
So who's leading the way out?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a survival check on the way out.
I'll scout the rear.
Looks like where we came from.
Actually.
I got a 5.
No, I got a 6.
Oh, I got a 1. Sorry, 1, and then turned it to a 5.
You got a nat 1?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay, so
she jumps up.
as you guys are trying to leave this location, the torches get closer and closer. She just can't find the trail out.
Because he put the breadcrumbs, would she be able to see that as well to give her advantage? Because that would be assisting in her trying to find a way back, and we just came from that way?
With that nat 1, no. You guys would have lost sight of it, and she's going to have to look
Yeah,
for
but
it.
she had advantage. She might not have got the net one.
Yep.
Why don't you give me the Minotaur and you look, since you also have, you can see 60
Yeah,
feet down.
I mean-
She was the only one that rolled survival. You guys can roll survival check if you want to try and find it in your way out.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to.
Okay.
I have a. They know me. That I'm not getting out of this alive. Oh, that's a.
Roll an 18.
That is a 7.
Okay. With the 18, you managed to find it, but the torches are only about 100 feet away.
Oh, shit. So do we get spotted?
Just keep going.
You know,
roll
what?
me.
Yeah.
We
Roll
don't
me
have torches. We don't have anything.
Roll me a d20.
16.
Okay, you managed to get just off the plateau and into the woods as the torches get there. So as you guys are leaving off the edge of the map, so if you guys want to put the donkey over here off the edge, are you guys gonna try and hide or anything as you're leaving the map?
Oh yeah, I'm a bugbear. I'm trying to sneak into some big dark spaces.
I say we should just keep moving.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
Oh,
Calabar,
Put that on the far
you guys
side.
don't see Calabar anymore?
Over here?
Yeah.
He was with you, but he's no longer
No,
with you.
on the far side over there,
Okay.
along
He's
with these two
invisible now.
behind it.
got it. Shit, that must be nice.
Oh yeah, I gotta worry about this dragon making noise.
Someone
So
says, Calabar!
So no, they're gonna be all the way in that corner.
Oh, shit. my
So
bad.
as you guys are leaving off the edge of this map, the torches come into view. It's not shining light on you to where you guys can be seen. However, underneath this torchlight, you see a humanoid figure holding the torch that is clawed, and appears to have maybe copper, maybe brassish looking scales, similar to your dragon. Followed by 2 humans in red and black armor. What do you guys want to do? You only have about 2 minutes to get away before they see you.
We dip.
yeah,
I say we dip.
Run away.
Okay, somebody roll me a survival check.
I'm trying to. I'm better.
Now that we found the bits and bobs, can she roll an advantage?
Sure.
Okay. Well,
That one I was sorry.
10, 11.
I'm not so good at
Revenge.
survival.
Yeah, I got an 11, and then.
I got a little. Same thing, 11.
What about
Okay,
you?
so you guys just barely get away.
Okay.
So as you guys come off this, heading back towards High Hill and eventually to Vogler, you, if I can get the right freaking map, you escape having seen this bit of patrol go by. If you want to grab me the patrol. Thank you. And you guys are heading back. What's the marching order? Who's in front? Who's in rear? Same as coming out.
I'm in front.
Okay. It's becoming light out. We'll say it's twilight, almost dawn. So you can officially start to see a bit, but it's low light hours, so you still might have a bit of a problem stumbling through the woods.
Okay.
But you can officially see the cloth path that was tied off.
Okay, I'll be second.
Okay.
I figured I'd probably have scooted more towards the front too, because I got this. Yeah, I'm not trying to get caught.
And it's kind of fanning its wings a little bit.
No.
So it's not flapping loud. It's just
Get back in the bag.
and it says, "No, Dad, we're in the woods. No one's here."
Does this
There's
dragon
lots here.
creature have
No.
wings?
Pardon me?
Did this dragon creature we saw have wings?
You couldn't tell from the distance you were at. It's too far away. It had on a hood and it was cloaked. All you could see was the scale, the glint of scale in the firelight as it approached.
Would I recognize it as being like a scout for them or anything?
You would recognize it as the most common of the ones that you saw in the camp. And you often heard the word Baz whenever they were talked about.
Okay, I would just pass the information off them whenever there was a chance where it's not gonna. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, we've been traveling for an hour.
You've been traveling for an hour. You're roughly at High Hill. You have about. Well, you've been traveling for an hour and a half. You have about an hour.
Pops back into existence.
He's like, I was here the whole time, guys.
Sure was.
Did you use a spell for that, or was it a cantrip?
What's a spell?
Okay. Invisibility. Duh. You guys still have about an hour to get back to town.
Let's get back.
Yeah. I don't think we should crest over this hill though. I think we should try to, circumvent the hill to get to the town, and stay in the woods.
Okay. Who's leading it still?
Me.
All right. Survival.
Very scared of my survival. Oh, wow. 22.
Okay. You guys make it all the way back without a problem.
Sweet.
Head on a swivel. Your dragon slithers back into the pack the closer you get to town, and it does a little poke and head game again.
Yeah.
And you can again hear that little chuckle coming from your bag. As you guys are coming to the gates of Vogler, you guys run into Cudgel on horseback going through the gates.
Oh god.
What the hell is going on? I've got like 4 of the same map up. 1 second. You guys run into Cudgel coming through the gates, and you see someone riding beside her. Red beard, bald head. You think you recognize them, but you're not sure. Because they're still too far away. And you see both of them heading towards the Brass Crab, where Raven and Becklin said they'd meet you the next morning.
And Grogu's there.
Okay.
Grogu? Huh? Oh.
Yeah.
It's a human, by the way.
Human?
Yeah, human.
Do I recognize the redhead?
No.
Wheel?
So we're going to the Rush Crab?
Yeah, we're following there because that's probably where everyone's at.
Yep.
Okay.
Does it look like everyone's evacuating, gathering their shit, getting on boats, getting on the river and going?
It's not. It looks like they're prepping their stuff, but there's no boats prepared. There's no one at the docks. There's no one at the wharfs. It seems like they're still trying to go about life like nothing happened, but they're also eerie and upset, crying, mourning, stressed.
Even though I told Becklin to get everyone out now.
Yep.
So, does it look like some people are rushing to get their things together and some people are just going on their daily lives? Like it's kind of split?
It's a combination, but more people are trying to act like it's another normal day, although something just terrible just happened. However, they all feel a little withdrawn.
Fucking
If that makes sense.
Were they not? I don't know. I'll ask Becklin. Does it look like the message got out?
You're not sure.
Okay.
You think Bacchus had something to do with this?
Not Bacchus.
Right here.
Bacars.
Bacchus.
It's okay, I did it last week.
I keep
I
mixing
don't know.
up.
Let's get back to the Brass Crab and link up with Becklin.
It seems like... Yeah.
Okay. As you guys are walking through, a couple people stop Calabar and thank him for his healing arts, for saving family members. They thank all of you for the efforts you put in for saving them the day before. Some of them call you family. Some of them say you're welcome here anytime.
Everyone who stops Calabar, Calabar will say, you're welcome. If you want to stay alive, gather your things, get out of town. It's not safe.
And they look at you as like, what do you mean?
Trust me.
And they're like,
Gather your things, get out of town. It's not safe.
and some of them are like, I have a huge family. I guess they'll tell them all to start gathering their things now. And a few of them kind of rush off. Some of them listen to you, but they don't seem as hurried. They think you can get the feeling that some of them feel like the danger passed yesterday.
No.
It's so much worse.
So
Continue to the brass crab.
okay. So as you guys enter the brass crab, Raven is there, Cudgel's there, Darrett is present, as is Becklin. Becklin looks at you, and she nods her head like, yes, clearly she gave Raven the message. They're all in the heats of arguments. Raven is saying that they can't stress anyone, they can't worry the town. They have to decide how to react first, and for her, evacuation isn't by any means something she wants to do. She's saying that she wants to write
Raven?
Raven. Raven is saying she wants to write a letter to the leader of this camp, and give them Vogler's neutral status, and invite the leaders to Vogler to meet with Vogler's leadership. Cudgel, meanwhile, introduces the man standing next to her as Javaris, which name you recognize immediately. I don't know how your character would react to that, actually. That'll be up to you. It's the second person on the info sheet, bottom. The second mercenary group. Javaris.
Vilders?
Yes.
Oh, this is a different...
JF, sorry. JF Vilders.
Okay.
JF. She introduces him as JF, and she kind of gets in Raven's face a little bit. And her and Raven are friends, so it's awkward to see this. And she points at Javaris and says, at JF and says, "This is one of my lieutenants, one of the only loyal ones I have left. Him and a small contingent of my men are still at that camp. And if what Becklin says is true, then my men might be able to hold them off in time for you to evacuate this village, but offering your enemy aid here will not help you at all. My scouts and JF," again she points, "he leads my scouts, and they provided the same information that Becklin came here with. That is what you guys hear as it comes up."
How many men do you have in those camps?
You're asking Cudgel?
Yep.
Cudgel says my forces are less than half. I had maybe 200. I have about 50 now.
Can hold off 1,000.
We can only
Red
hold them
Army.
off. We can hold them off long enough for
Dragon
the
Army.
village to evacuate.
Why not begin now?
Well, we have to wait for Raven to disseminate the message, and she won't disseminate it yet. She wants to talk.
I've started.
Hey, yeah.
It's being spread.
What do you mean it's being spread?
We've told. They were not evacuated when they were supposed to. We were trying to give them and you a fighting chance.
You told them of the army?
Yes.
Now you've only started panic, and Raven starts to not go into a panic, but she starts to pace and get stressed. And as all this is happening, a messenger comes through the door, and they say there's someone at the gate asking for Vogler's leadership. As this is happening, Bakaris the Older again slams the door wide open
Oh my god.
and starts screaming, "What is this talk of an army? Who's at the gate? Why are we evacuating?" And Raven,
You answered your question yourself.
Yeah.
Bug.
You dumbass.
as Raven is trying to figure out what to do, what to say, you can see she's flustered. She wants to take care of her people and protect them without losing their home. She just looks at Bakaris and says, "You're not welcome here. We didn't invite you in. You're not a member of the leadership. Do as the elf said. Gather your stuff and leave us be." And Bakaris ignores her, pushes past the group of you, and starts yelling and screaming things and insults and offering solutions to the problem that don't make any sense, such as inviting the army to stay in Vogler, or creating a defensive alliance with the leadership of the army.
Is there any way I can
Yes.
Shoot him in the ankle.
Because I carry a dagger with me, that I bring my dagger close to his throat and tell him to shut up.
So as you do that, Raven grabs your hand and the dagger just as it goes to his throat, and she pulls it down. Instead, she grabs Bakaris, shoves him out the door, and then she looks at Derek and says, Derek, get this man to his house, lock him in the house, don't let him out, and spread the word that the people need to stay calm.
Derek's correct.
Derek, as they are preparing to evacuate, please. Thank you.
Derek just looks at you, and he hasn't said anything since you guys have seen him. He just nods his head and escorts Bakaris out.
Good.
So, can I tell Raven that she brought me here to scout, and I have seen the army that is there, and we are not prepared. We will all die and perish a horrible death if we do not do what he says.
Roll me a persuasion check. By the way, this whole time you're trying to do this, you guys have now been told there's a messenger at the gates.
Can I assist her?
4.
You can assist her.
Okay.
I think we should listen to this guy. He's the best fisherman here.
You can be
He
assisted.
did win the tournament.
You get a double assist with
I am
advantage,
now-
sir.
He should be mayor
I'm
now.
the mayor now.
He's the mayor now, Raven.
Is that with advantage? Because he's assisting you with the assist.
Oh, okay. I don't want you, Gil. I want you, Gil.
You fucked
That's
me.
even worse.
What'd you roll?
You were going there. 5.
Okay. Raven blows you guys off. She is so concerned simply with the village and the people's safety that she won't hear it. And she says, we'll talk about it after we get done with this messenger. And she walks out and starts heading towards the gate.
I'm a
Is Jay
follower.
still there?
We'll go
Jayev is with Cudgel. He's staying just off to the right of Cudgel. He has this long scimitar kind of off his hip.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of holding it like with his offhand. And you can see his knuckles aren't necessarily white, but he's tensed.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So-
you
I got a picture. Gotcha.
sweet.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna try to work my way and get ahead of her so I can at least see what's, scope the area ahead before she gets up there.
Roll me an athletics check.
And I don't want to wait. Can I be
Oh,
walking
that's bad.
around and
That's a
trying to
5.
get people to tell them to leave?
So, as you're telling these people that they should leave and they should evacuate, can you just please move the donkey?
Question: Does the town have like a large amount of ships, or is the only way to evacuate through the main gate towards the army?
You guys haven't assessed it.
It showed
Okay.
there were ships.
There-
Well,
We were at the
I was
dock.
just asking.
They're
like,
fishing boats.
They can get on fishing
Yeah.
boats and leave.
You guys haven't assessed how many people are left in Vogler.
Okay.
And you haven't checked the boats yet, so
Well,
you're not
I-
sure.
I just figured walking around town we would have seen if there were boats around, like
Yeah.
a decent amount, or we
So-
would at least kind of have an idea.
During the fishing
Yeah.
tournament, during the funerals.
Yeah, we would have an
during the
idea.
brass crowd.
Okay, hold on, guys. So you would know that there is a small fleet that can ferry maybe 100 people that is consistently at the wharf.
And how big's the town about, population-wise?
You
No clue.
haven't asked Raven.
Okay.
So she would know potentially.
Wouldn't I? So can I tell them how many?
Sure, she
Well,
says
I'm
there's
not-
roughly-
I was asking an outside game.
She's
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
She tells you there's roughly 400 villagers left, and that the amount of ships that are the boats that are at the wharf aren't enough for everyone. However, there's a lot of privately owned boats that aren't in the water that people might be able to get to start the evacuation.
How many of those
If
boats
they
are
would have done
on-
this when they were told, they could have made several trips and saved the entire town.
I'm just
Therefore, Calavar is not trying to sneak around. He is following directly, not even in the footsteps of Raven, abreast
okay.
with her.
Okay.
Yes.
So as you guys are coming up behind her, and you've discussed this, Raven's trying to block you guys off. She keeps waving you like, shut the fuck up, because she doesn't want people to panic. But now the people are starting to gather behind the gate a bit. This is Jayab, by the way. That is Cludgel's scout lieutenant. People are starting to gather around the gate. My fucking computer mouse is pissing me off. Come on. Thank you. As you guys are coming up along the road to the gate, as you get here, you can start to see a crowd that's starting to fill here of people wondering what a rider is doing at the gate. You come through the crowd and stop here, And in front of you, you see, beneath, I'm going to just read it. It says, beneath the carvings of leaping fish etched into Vogler's open wooden gate, a human in black and red scale mail sits astride an armored warhorse. She holds out a rolled parchment and calls out, "Who among you speaks for this village?" And there you're still waiting. Raven hasn't moved just yet.
Calabar will begin to step forward.
Okay. So as Calabar steps forward, Raven begins to follow just behind you. And she doesn't stop you. You can tell that she's a little overwhelmed.
Yeah, Calabar's thought process is Calabar will take whatever heat and knowledge that this individual thinks that Calabar is in charge, but eventually Calabar's not going to be in Vogler, and Raven's going to need to be safe to continue to run the town.
So as you approach, this rider on the warhorse simply says, "The Dragon Queen has spoken," and she gives you that.
He'll take it, and he'll just put it down at his side,
And
and just wait for her to turn and leave.
she doesn't turn to leave. She says, "Per her order, I must stay till an answer is given."
Calabar won't take his eyes off of her.
As he slips it and starts reading. Like it. By the way, with your proficiency in religion, you notice the symbol is Takisa's again on her armor, as well as on that letter.
And Calabar rolled the letter back up, not taking his eyes off of her. As he was looking at her, one eye was on her and one eye just reading over here. But no, he will keep his eyes on the rider and hand the letter to Raven behind and just like hand it off and say, "We must make the accommodations appropriate for the size. Give us until the end of the day, and the accommodations will be prepared."
And she simply looks at you and she goes, "You'll have to the end of the day, but no one may leave. If anyone leaves, we raise your village to the ground."
He won't nod or anything. He'll just stare at her.
And she turns to leave.
Calabar will just watch her go. Casting message again. Would have casted it while he was reading it to Raven, and say evacuations need to start immediately.
And Raven doesn't respond.
She doesn't need to respond.
So
And then as soon as the rider gets far enough off, Calabar will kind of look around for his buddies
okay.
and wait for them to show up or begin to turn around and start to head back to the brass crowd to make preparations.
Okay.
Or the office,
Okay.
the
So
mayor's office.
it'll be the brass crowd. But so as this rider leaves this way, you see two more on either side of the cliffs, mirroring her as she leaves.
Are they leaving?
They're leaving.
So you hand it to me?
Yeah, y'all come up to me, right? Y'all were sneaking around and eventually got up? Okay. Pass that around.
So as they leave, Cudgel approaches with Becklin at the side. Raven standing there. Raven, you can see a sense of determination in her face, but also a bit of dread. It's not that she doesn't want to fight or resist, but she's more concerned that if she does, everyone will die. And Becklin says, "We have to prepare to resist now." And Cudgel simply says, "What's left of my men, we will hold them for as long as needs for your people to escape, and we'll follow behind you as soon as we can. But you need to start now." And
We could have started about 4 hours ago.
and with that, Raven turns and she says to the people, at least she says to like her key leaders in the community, which there's a few, right? She notably doesn't say anything to Bakarski Older. And she looks at Derek, and she looks at all of them, and she says, prepare. Meet at the wharf. We have to start the evacuation, but we have to assume we're being watched. And Becklin kind of walks up, and she looks at Raven, and she looks at all of you, and she says, I've seen war, I've seen occupations by foreign armies. You are being watched. So hasten, and I will join Cudgel on the front. And with that, Becklin and Cudgel both ride out the gate with JF to the mercenary camp to prep them for combat at the gates of Vogler.
War is coming to Kryn.